ready. What's up, everybody, for the third time lucky? How is it going? I think we may have a smooth stream. Let me know in the chat if it's smooth this time. We are going for the third time. Apologies for all these technical difficulties, and massive thanks to everyone who's sticking around with us, and a few people who have subscribed, so you're legends. Thank you very much for subscribing. Maybe we should mess up more often. But yeah, no, I think yeah, that is it, definitely. Show the weakness and people will come to your aid. Yeah, no, thank you very much, everyone. We're getting started now with the Indie Games podcast. It may be a bit of a we maybe cut down a little bit. We're going to go with a concise and to the point approach, which hopefully we're going to get into some indie games fun. And like I say, thanks so much, everyone still here. You're absolutely awesome. We're going to do a very quick whip round. We're going to say hey to Assassin Looper. How you doing, Looper? Thank you very much for being on this show as a special guest. How's it going?
It's going very well, thank you very much, and we're going to have a blast.
Indeed. It's great to have you, it really is. And second up, we've got another very special guest, as you may have heard before if you watched the live show, but on the replay, this is for the first time, of course. But we've got a man who I enjoy watching regular on Mr. Boomstick's channel, and he's got his own YouTube channel too, and his name is Cybernox, and it's awesome to have him on to chat some indie games today. How is it going, Cybernox, brother?
It's going extremely well. Glad to be here with some amazing people. Can't wait to start talking about some games.
Awesome, bro. Thank you very much for coming on and accepting that invite. It means the world. Good stuff. And as you all know, we've got the crew of three amigos, as we've come to be known, which is myself, Fastback, and Coop. Yeah, once again, it's awesome to have you guys by my side chatting indie games. Always bringing awesome takes, guys. And you know, it's so much fun doing this with you. Always on the regular. Yeah, so, how's it going, Fastback, brother?
Good. Yeah, hey, you like Daz was saying that, you know, you're probably on the Fastback servers, but look, when you drive a Mustang, some people just can't handle the power, you know, so sometimes you got to go buy yourself a Camaro and, you know, go for a cruise. It's all good.
So you're admitting defeat to Coop there a little bit.
Yeah, exactly. You drive a Mustang, sometimes it takes a while to get it going.
Beautiful,
you know,
beautiful.
You just gotta have the right equipment to, you know, to handle a Mustang, you know.
Brilliant
Camaros
stuff,
are
bro.
slow enough to where you can handle them a little bit easier. We call them slow Mero.
Love it, bro. Yeah, well, it's awesome to be doing this again with you, my friend. And finally, Coop, my brother. Again, awesome to be doing this with you, sir. I always love doing this with you every month, and churning out some indie game goodness. How is it going, bro?
Going good, man. Stoked to be back, and yeah, let's do this.
Good stuff. Cool. Yeah, so we got a few juicy little topics for you today, guys. I just want to quickly shout out you guys who are in the chat, though, because I'm really grateful for everyone who comes by to check out this show, especially if it's on the. You've tried us live twice, and it's we've had a bit of technical difficulties, and you've come back and it's still for the third time to support. It means a lot. So yes, massive thank you to Jamie Richardson. Always awesome to see you, my friend. Having some great conversations with you in the Discord all the time about indie games. It's a pleasure to see you in there. Stubbs Gaming, my bro. Always love chatting everything with you, bro. And same could be said for my bro UK Dazarus, who I'm a member of his podcast, which hopefully will be returning next year, the Dazcast. But yeah, great to see you, Daz. Assassin Looper, you're on the show. Fugly, it's awesome to see you, bro. And Dragon Wolf, who else have we got? Back from the Dead, awesome to see you, bud. Meisuko, fantastic to see you. Another great person I'm enjoying a lot of chats with lately. Red Raven 96. Yes, everyone. Megatron's in the house as well. And yeah, everyone else who's in there. Jubei Sensei, sorry, have to shout Jubei out. He was on the show once before. But yeah, all of you guys who are in there, thank you so much. And hopefully... Pong Soul, how dare I forget Pong Soul? Pong Soul.
Everybody's great. Look, we got a lot of good friends in this community.
Yeah.
Awesome.
They're definitely awesome to
Sticking
see
with it.
Shizno in there. We've been having some good talks about Art of Rally recently, and I was looking up an Art of Rally video, and funnily enough, I saw Shizno in the comments section of someone else's video. It was quite funny. But yeah, no, Pongso as well, and Shizno, great to see you guys. Thank you very much indeed. Always enjoy our chats. Cool, good stuff. So yeah, we're going to get into it pretty swiftly today. Hopefully we're going to get through some good stuff because we've had a few false starts. So we've got a few topics today, one of which the main one I would say is probably the Game Awards 2020. I mean, you've probably heard it talked about on a few other podcasts if you're a regular on the podcast scene, catching those. But we're going to be focusing in on the indie games as usual. So we're going to be focusing on those categories which are most specific to those, but maybe some other stuff as well if we fancy going off that. But yeah, we're going to dive into indie games sort of setup of the Game Awards, give our predictions and our Game of the Year, personal Game of the Year and stuff like that. We've also got some other topics involving the games of the month, the new Game Pass games that have dropped for December, they're going to drop and dropped. And yeah, also what have we got? We've got another topic involving whether we feel that how important are subscription services to indie developers. So yeah, we're definitely going to be diving into some good stuff today, guys, and like I say, thank you so much again for dropping by to check out the show. Cool, good stuff. So I'm going to slide on over to the next chapter. So yeah, so basically I think what we'll do first, guys, is we will jump into the Game Awards because there's a few different elements of the Game Awards which I thought would be cool to dive into. So while I pull up my notes, which I've deleted because I restarted my computer to make this podcast actually work, I just got them up there we go. So I think we're all good now. Yeah, so yeah, basically there's a few areas of the Game Awards which we're going to dive into. There's some good categories. I feel personally, I know some people feel Game Awards can be sort of biased, it can be sort of a bit overblown, whatever, they're not so interested in the awards themselves, but they do give a good spotlight to smaller games, smaller indie games. And you know, like for example in 2018 when Celeste was part of the Game Awards, it got a good boost from that, and a lot of people checked it out off the back of its interest that it gained from that. So yeah, definitely cool for that kind of stuff. And I like the way they are doing like best sort of debut game and stuff like that, so from new developers. So it's a highlight on that sort of area which I really enjoy about the Game Awards. Personally, I do like a bit of a celebration of games in general as well. So yeah, definitely like the Game Awards for those reasons. But yeah, I think maybe what we will do is what we'll focus in on probably for main categories is we're going to go for the indie game of the year, obviously, guys, and we'll also go for the debut game of the year, which is from a brand new developer, and we'll also have a look at you know, the overall game of the year as well, which will be cool because there is some indie representation in there too. But yeah, I'm going to fire this over. I'll fire it over to Fastback firstly, I think. What I think will be fun to do is what we'll do is a prediction for each of those categories. So a prediction of who we think will win without your own feelings involved. So you think who will think it will win as if you were placing a bet. And also who you'd like to see win in each of those categories. And what I will do is I'll pull up the category so you can remind yourself, so you don't have to worry about that. I will get that up on screen for you. But yeah, I'm going to fire it over. We're going to start like, as I say, debut game, best debut game, and best indie game of the year, and best overall game of the year. And if you don't say the indie game in the overall game of the year, that is totally fine, my friend. Cool. I'll pull up the categories for you now so you can see that. But yeah, I'll just take it away, Fastback, brother.
So which one are we going to start off? The best.
So maybe if we start off while I get this up quickly. If we start off by.
And we're going. Which is you said best debut.
So yeah, what we've got is sorry, I apologise. I've thrown that all in your lap in one go.
I'm on the site too. But...
Yeah, it's me being slow as usual. Don't you worry, I'm always good at these transitions, aren't I? There we go. It's on the screen now,
Don't worry,
buddy.
that's why they call me Slowback.
So I'm deserving of the slow back at the moment. But yeah, so I'm going to pull this down. I've got the screen on for you now. I am going to reveal my own nominees here. Maybe I should keep them secret, but nah, fuck that. So we're going to see what I voted for. Don't let that influence you guys. But yeah, so you might see a lot of Hades in there. You probably already know that anyway. But so let's get down to the ones in question, guys. So we got best indie game of the year. Maybe I should sign out actually.
Oh, we can see what you voted for, huh?
Yeah, hopefully you won't see anything else. I'll just sign out of this damn thing.
Come on, we already knew. We already knew.
You did already know.
No spoiler there. We already knew.
Okay, I just didn't want it to ruin my answer, if you know what I mean. But anyway, let's go with you, Fastback. So we're going to start with best indie, shall we, my friend? What would you... I think I already know which your answer is on this list, but what would be your pick of? What would be your personal pick of best indie on this list?
For me, it'd be Carry On.
Nice.
I played that. I really loved it. I thought it was, it's got the old school style, but I think the mechanics of playing as the creature, whatever you want to call it, was cool. I mean, it just fun going around eating up everybody and growing, and then just having to adjust certain situations where you go small to large. But Fall Guys was probably my second.
Nice. Good shout. Yeah,
we had a lot of fun in that.
We had a lot of fun in that. It's still much more fun to have as well. I think we go back in that sometime.
Yeah, I play a little bit of Spiritfarer, but I don't know. I just wasn't feeling it. Just couldn't get in the mood to really get it going and stick with it. But Carry On for that one.
Sweet, bro. Yeah, I mean, turning the tables.
I'm sure Hades seems like all over the place. But,
sure. When you play Hades, it'll be that one, obviously.
It might be.
It might not. I know how much you loved Carry On, because you talked. You were excited about it, and I remember you finished it pretty quickly. So you were pretty drawn in by the game itself. I remember that. And definitely a cool game with a cool concept which changes things up. Quite an original game, that one, I would say.
It is, yeah.
So I'm going to sort of just dodge around a little bit. Is it we'll come back to you for your next category, so we'll just do best indie for everyone first, if that's cool, guys. So we'll go next with Assassin Looper. Any of these games you played and any of them stand out to you, and what would be your game of the best indie game of the year out of these, Looper?
It'd have to be Spiritfarer.
Nice. I thought you'd say that.
And it's a very cool game to play, and sad and happy, and
yes,
it's got all the emotions in it, and I just really, really love it. Obviously, Hades is not on Xbox.
Sure.
So, but I have watched a lot of people streaming it. Dr. Lupo streams it. And I really like the look of it. And
awesome.
It looked really cool. But I don't play on my laptop. I haven't got a proper standalone computer.
Sure. That's fair enough. That's fair enough.
Okay. So, but having seen it, it has a massive right to be there. I think it might compete.
Yes, it's. I can tell you, it is a blast. It's so well done, Hades. But I really like your choice with Spiritfarer, because I really enjoyed that game, and Spiritfarer is also in I think it's like an impact section on the awards, and it does have, that's usually for like games that have like obviously high impact, and that's got a sort of a dark sort of undertone to it, but it's done in such a sort of like accessible way, hasn't it? Like Spiritfarer, a really cool game. Have you beaten Spiritfarer out of interest? No worries if you haven't.
I'm sorry, but I play indie games to give me a break from the bigger games.
Oh no, yeah, definitely. Because I was just saying, because I played it and it's quite a long game, isn't it? It's
I've got a good over halfway through.
Nice.
I'm like, I go back to it, I flick back to it, and also The Tourist. I flick in and
Yeah.
out of that.
Nice.
The Gardens Between.
Yep, I'm getting a
that
trend
was a
from
good
these.
one.
All those
Yeah.
3 games, I get a trend from that, which is quite a relaxing sort of feel to them, aren't they? Those 3 games.
Definitely.
Yeah, so that's great.
But I can't remember all the names.
No problem at all. I love that. That's fantastic. So that would be your pick of your personal one, and we'll come back round quick. We'll go through these fairly quickly, but you know that's fantastic answer there, Looper. Really, really good stuff. Yeah, I need to play some more Spiritfarer for sure. The animations are so beautiful in it, and it's done in such a lovely way. Music's lovely. It's just a fantastic game, and definitely has that relaxing feel. Great stuff. Okay, so we're going to move on to my man Cybernox for his choice in this category for his best indie game of his own choice. Out of these 5, we'll do firstly, if that's okay, Cyber. So what would you choose as your game of the year out of these 5, my friend?
Of course. So out of these 5, I was only fortunate enough to play 2 of them. I played Fall Guys and Spiritfarer.
Nice.
I haven't played Hades or Spelunky or Carrion yet, but they all seem like amazing games and they deserve to be there. But my pick is with Lupa. It's Spiritfarer.
Very good
I
stuff.
think that game is it's a lovely game, and it's for the art style, you think it's going to be something, you know, more how should it's a very mature game for the art style that it has.
I know where
you
you're going.
So
yeah.
it's exactly. So it's a great game. It's about a 20-hour game. I played this with my wife. She was actually playing.
Oh, you did the co-op
back and
yeah.
forth.
Oh, did you do the co-op with the cat? Is that or did you do the co-op with the cat?
Yes.
Sorry, you did. Yes. So cool. Does that work? How well does that work? Out of interest, sorry to interrupt you. Does it work quite well with the co-op?
It does. It does. And it was fun playing with her because she's not a gamer like I am. She'll dabble here and there, but it was just a fun game to experience. That was the one thing. Like you look at that art style and you think, oh, this is gonna be a cutesy game, or no, it's a very mature game.
Yes,
very in-depth game that it tells a wonderful story as well. So that would be my best indie game. I know Hades has a big higher odds of winning this category, but I hope Spiritfarer also does. It deserves to be there without a doubt.
Brilliant. No, that's great. Yeah, I mean, it's like you say, that's what it does so well. It's accessible by the way it invites you in with its sort of like pleasing sort of art style, but then there's an undertone, isn't there, of that darkness with with a theme that it has. Yeah, like because obviously it's if you don't know, guys, it's about ushering through sort of spirits through to the afterlife. So people who die, you sort of give them a good seeing through to the afterlife. That's definitely not the best way to put it, but there's a better way, I'm sure. But yeah, you sort of giving them their last moments, aren't you? So make sure they're nice, and you give them their sort of if their favorite meal or whatever, don't you, and stuff, or you give them a nice home, what they enjoy, the creature comforts that they enjoy. It's just very well done. I think it's a very nice it's quite
I'm sorry, go ahead. And it could be very vulgar too at times. I don't think people expect that sometimes. It'll throw it's a very good game. It's a very mature game, I could say.
Yes. Maybe you're hinting on something. I've played about 4 hours, so maybe there's vulgarity to come in.
I didn't get Mrs. Edgeogre cardigan. I was so upset.
Oh no. Yeah, it's funny, isn't it? The little elements it has in it, but yeah, I just think it's very ambitious of them to take on a game about that theme as well. It's they should be commended for that as well, which is great. They've done it in such a sort of like tasteful way.
Yeah, it's like a good journey to the afterlife, and you sort of give them permission to leave the body and move in spirit.
Exactly. Yeah, definitely. Great stuff. So Spiritfarer is getting some good love here, which is awesome. And yeah, so Coop, my man, I've got a little guess in my head, but it might be wrong. So what is your game of the year out of these indie games, my friend?
It's tough. I've only played 3 of these. I played Carrion, obviously Fall Guys with you guys. That game is a blast.
Yeah.
And Spiritfarer, but I've only played a couple hours of Spiritfarer. I haven't really gotten didn't really. I mean, I want to finish it and I'll get back to it. It's just games you get kind of interrupted with stuff, but
yeah.
So I mean, for me, it's tough. Spearfare is good so far. I mean, it's got fishing. Any game's got fishing.
Yeah, definitely. It's quite cool, the fishing as well, actually.
But yeah, I'd have to give it to Carrion though. Carrion,
I knew you were going to say that.
It was a game that I looked forward to. I've been you guys know me. I've been talking about that game for forever.
Yep.
And yeah. It's short, but it's fun. The mechanics are great.
Yeah.
It's something new. I love the pixel art. Love the little twist ending. It was great. I won't spoil anything, but it's just a fun, compact, out of the box.
You get lost too in that
great.
game too a little bit.
Yeah. There's no mini map. There's no, it doesn't hold your hand.
Nope.
Yeah, you definitely get lost.
That's cool.
Yeah, no, I love. That's great. It's
Yeah.
It's a short game. You can finish it in one evening. And, but yeah, it's great. For me, obviously I haven't played Spelunky and Hades. I have Hades. I still haven't had.
Yeah, no. So when I dropped the screenshot in the DM, I saw you picked it up. I was like, my man.
Yeah, I just got it on the Steam sale.
Yeah,
and that's obviously probably going to be the winner in this category. But
yeah,
the crime here is that Ori's not here. But
yeah.
It's.
I guess it's.
Are they considering?
That's what I was
Ori
going to say.
Not an indie.
Yeah, we talked about that. Yeah.
Yeah, that one's gone. That's been like the ongoing topic of the podcast so far, I think, hasn't it? The Ori debate, whether it's an indie or not.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But yeah, I think everyone has their own take on whether Ori is indie or not. I'm wondering if that's why it's not in this one. Surely it would be in this one if they considered it indie. Maybe they're just trying to give others a shot, if you see what I mean, as well.
Yeah, could be.
But yeah, Ori is glorious. And if you haven't already, guys, I don't know if you noticed, but you can vote for Ori. At the moment, I think you can still vote. They've done a sort of a 100% fan voted category. I think this is a reaction to Ori not being in there personally. And I think they've added it in there. So they've got... you can go on the Game Awards and you can vote, out of a bunch of games. It's already gone through two stages, so I think it's down to the final few now. But I've been voting for Ori. But you get a several amount of votes. So you can vote for different games as well, and it sort of like brings it down each time. But yeah, check it out.
It's frustrating.
Yeah, go ahead, Cyber Bro.
No, I was just gonna say it's kind of frustrating, not knowing what the criterias are for how they choose the games that they choose. And it sort of becomes like this like at least people speculating like, okay, so how did this game not make it? How did this one did? I kind of mentioned that on a YouTube video that I watched, and somebody was it was actually Alana Pierce's video because she was talking about the controversies. And then I just mentioned, it was like, an easy way to eliminate some of these controversies would just give us a synopsis. Just give us how you guys are picking the games you're picking. Just give us a quick explanation, for things. If you guys are the peers, if you guys are these journalists who are picking these games, what made these games stick out for you? So we, as the fan base, can understand, the games maybe, or see the games the way you guys see them,
Yeah.
And she actually responded. She said it'll just take an absurd amount of time.
Yes.
All the explanations will probably be different, and this is something that they do voluntarily. They don't get paid to do this.
Yes,
so
yep, sure. Because they have 95 different outlets, don't they? Like this is like who vote for it. I mean, yeah. The interesting thing is as well that a lot of these games that have gone in that 100% voted category has actually been the same games that have risen to the top.
Right.
Exactly. So there you go. You know what I mean? Lots of people do like to think as well. But a lot of people are like, I actually had a conversation with someone on Twitter about this where they were like, they should all be 100% voted. And I said, no, that's a really bad idea because that becomes even more biased. You know what I mean? Like if you give people just the freedom to vote, then they might have not played any of the indie games on here and they might just vote for one they like the picture or the one they've heard of or whatever. Do you know what I mean? It's completely biased. Or they might just be like, it's on my console, I'm going to vote for that one or whatever, even though that probably happens a lot anyway. But yeah, you need some sort of people like, people like Easy Allies or whatever. They play games for a living, you know what I mean? So they're going to have played all of the games on the categories, and then it just makes more sense to do it the way they do, in my opinion. But yeah, sidetracking there, sorry about that. So we got Coops, we got everyone's, didn't we, on that, I believe?
Yes.
Yep. And then just quickly, guys, probably should have done this on when you said it the first time. But which game do you think will win, even though you don't, even though it's not your favorite or whatever? So we'll just go Assassin Looper first. So this one, which one do you think will win if you had to place a bet?
Hades.
I think this might be a unanimous.
Yeah.
Cool. And we'll go around. So Fastback. Fastback's falling asleep.
Yeah,
he doesn't want to admit it. That's what it is.
You didn't hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
We can hear you now.
No, I mean, just from the reaction that you see in gaming media and all that, it seems to gain a lot of traction right before the show. So,
yeah, definite. And Cybernox, brother.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Hades. Yep.
Pretty much don't need to ask this question, really, I suppose. But Coop, my man, as well, he's going to say Hades. I bet.
Hades, for sure.
Do you know what?
Hades is like, I was just checking. Hades is like third in the popular.
Yeah. Damn straight, should be. Honestly, though, guys, I don't really. I mean, I will say it again, but you know, Coop and Fastback are probably bored of me talking about Hades, but it is so damn good, and you know.
No.
Definitely check it out. It's, even if you don't like roguelike games, it's you know, it's the best ever roguelike game. It doesn't feel hard work or anything like that. It's a pleasure to keep replaying and just enjoying, because it's so well fleshed out and balanced. It's just is an amazing game, and I definitely would choose it. Obviously, I voted for it. It's right in front of your eyes. So, but yeah, I think it will win that one, and I hope it wins as well. But yeah, it's the gameplay is absolutely awesome. It's got, like I've said before, it's got that kind of feel of, like, you know, when you're playing Doom, like, and it's just like a adrenaline rush. It's kind of got that feel to the gameplay, because it's super fast paced, and like you're always dodging, you're always sort of attacking and trying to get around. It's very, very cool, and there's lots of different like upgrades and stuff which you pick up on the runs and stuff. Do you guys play many roguelike games? I'll fire this one just to Looper and Cyber. Do you play roguelike games, guys, or either one of you?
Minecraft Dungeons.
I haven't actually played that game personally.
It's really good fun.
Yeah,
it is. Yeah,
nice.
Yeah.
Really fun.
Nice, good stuff.
I didn't really like Diablo. It doesn't really pull me in.
Sure, fair enough. Sometimes they do have a sort of a vibe about them that can put people off. But like I say, that's why again Hades, I think it's so good. It accessible.
Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead. Sorry, go ahead. My fault.
I play Tomb Raider Osiris, it's called, which is a very similar game.
Okay, cool. Is that an isometric? I can't remember that. I think it might be. Yeah.
Very dungeon-esque like.
Yes, I think I know the one you mean, actually. Yeah. Nice. And Cyber, do you get into roguelikes at all, my man, or?
I try to dip my toes into everything, man.
Nice.
I try everything. So, yeah, Pillars of Eternity was one that I played. I like Lupa. I've also, you know, I play Minecraft Dungeons.
Nice.
With my nephews, with everyone that wants to. I wanted to try Darkside Genesis too, just to see in comparison how it stands out. But yeah, man.
Yeah.
If a game looks intriguing and it looks like it's gonna be fun, especially like co-op or with some, I'm totally down for it. You know.
Nice,
so,
bro.
Yeah,
that's good. That's what I think.
Everything.
Coop and Fastback are like that as well, and I'm sure Assassin Looper is too. It's good to just sort of try things out, isn't it? Like, just spread your oats. But yeah, again, like the thing, like, I'll just say one more thing on Hades before we move on to the next bit. Like the thing with Hades is, I think the comparison I like to make is to Dead Cells, because Dead Cells is a similar sort of style of game, but Hades is basically, because Dead Cells has awesome gameplay as well, but Hades in my opinion has better gameplay by quite a bit, and it has an amazing story, and you know, so much more built around it rather than just some nice gameplay and nice pixel art visuals, if you see what I mean. So I'm not slagging off Dead Cells too much, but I am a little bit, I suppose. But I think Dead Cells, it's very hollow. It's a very hollow experience in the story department. So yeah, Hades does it brilliantly with some amazing voice acting, amazing characters and stuff like that. So yeah, check it out if you have the platform to do so, and if you haven't, then I'm sure it will come to your platform at some point. I will
Can you mention something about Hades as well, Indy?
Yeah, certainly, my friend.
It's always something to consider when you check. I know, it's subjective when you look at these Metacritics and scores that journalists and people how they review your games. But when the critic reviews kind of like match the user reviews, there's something there on that game, and if you look at Metacritic now, I think Hades is like 90 and change, and the user is like 9.0 or 8.9 or something like that. So
definitely,
it says something about the game.
It certainly does.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think it's the highest scored one on there, isn't it? Actually, I think it's like 93, isn't it, on Metacritic? Not that we like to use it, but it does. It's a good indication. It's a good point, my friend, for sure. Yeah, so great stuff. And I was going to read out a couple of the answers from the chat quickly before we move on, because I did ask what your picks were. Did you? Any of you guys see? I think we've got an answer from Jamie Richardson, my man. He says Hades and Fall Guys, or Fall Guy. I think it is Fall Guys. And Infinite, I thought you'd say Spiritfarer, brother. Nice choice. I know you loved it. And yeah, if any of you other guys haven't. I don't think I can see any more who have said...
Fun Speculation said Spiritfarer.
Oh, brilliant. Thank you. Yeah, Fun Speculation. What's up, brother? Thank you very much for coming by. It's great to see you. Awesome show last night. And great answer on Spiritfarer. Yeah, anyone else who hasn't answered, drop your best indie of the year in there, and yeah, drop your one off of that list, and then we're going to move on to, after probably as well, what your best indie overall is. So we're going to move it a little bit quicker because I'm always just going slow, but let's move on to the debut game now, guys, if that's okay. And if I can find it, oh look, vote for Ori. Action adventure, you got, yeah, it is on there. That's the thing, people forget it. I know it's not in game of the year, but vote for Ori in that section. You've seen all my... Oh, look, Coop, I haven't even played it and I voted for it. That was a bit naughty, wasn't it? So, where's Davey? Have I got past it? Okay.
Down at the bottom.
Is it? Thank you very much, Fastback. So prepared, and I'm not. Oh, look who I voted for. Alana Pierce. She's getting some good love off this podcast so far. Okay, so yeah, this one is best debut game, and I think we're going to start with...
you just passed it.
Right down.
Sorry, I think you got a slight delay. I'm already on it there. Cool. Yeah, lovely. Cheers. So yeah, this one I'm going to start with Fastback, and we're going to go with your one who you think will win and the one who you would like to win in one go this time, if that's all right, bro.
Ooh,
tough one for you now.
You know what? I love Carry On, but I'm gonna go with Raji. I really loved when I played the demo, and now I have it. I love the interaction, the developers that were coming on, talking about it, interacting with people's responses. So I think their debut, I think they're a new studio too, so they're young.
They are.
So I think this is a great debut for them. Yeah.
That's what this one's all about. All of these games are their first game, so which is pretty cool. And yeah, it's great to see something different from different culture as well with Raji. Yeah. So we're in agreement, my friend. So that's the one you think will win, or is that the one you want to win? Sorry. Both. I think I heard you say. I think you cut out slightly.
I want to win, and I think it's gonna win. Yeah.
Nice, bro. That's fantastic.
Yeah.
That is good. I can see that happening.
On that one, no way.
giving it your diva there. Love it. No, that's great stuff, bro. And I think we'll go to Coop for this next one, brother. What is your take for your best? For your one that you think will win, and the one you'd like to see win.
This one's tricky. I've only played one of these. I mean, I've watched your streams of Raji, but I haven't picked it up yet. But Phasmophobia, I know, has gotten
I've heard some trending on that.
I don't know. I would almost think I think that one might pull off an upset on this one. Although I think Raji probably should. I don't know. I mean, my vote would be Carrion, just because. I mean, still, I love the game, and for my pick, but I think Phasmophobia might pull it out on this one. Nice.
Yeah, I think you could be right. I've not played Phasmophobia, So but I've heard there's a buzz about it, isn't there, going around?
Yeah.
Yeah, my brother's playing it and he loves it. So.
Cool, nice. And Roki's really good, by the way, as well. I haven't played that either,
looks neat.
but yeah, it's a nice little adventure game, which like a point and click style adventure. But I don't think it's actually point and click in that traditional sense where you do,
It's
where
more of a puzzle game, isn't it?
it is. They sort of put it into the point and click of it's an adventure game. It is kind of like a. There are puzzles in the game for sure, yeah. But I played it at EGX, so I haven't played the full game. I have played it at EGX, which is the convention in the UK, which is like PAX East, by the way, if you didn't know. But yeah, it was good, but it's kind of relaxing. I think actually, Looper, you might like that game personally. I think that'd be up your street.
That's also going to be part of their demo experience thing.
Nice. Oh, demo experience thing. Sorry.
What are they calling their
a festival?
their
Is it
game? Yeah.
Have they? Oh, so they've announced that, have they?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yep.
Interesting. I'm sitting on a little secret at the moment. So
Uh-oh.
I'm sitting on something which if I say any more, I'll probably just mess up and tell you what it is. But there's something coming, guys, which is going to be exciting. Just
We'll talk afterwards.
you're going to drill me. There's something I think a lot of indie fans will enjoy in the community, and that's as far as I would go. And it's not related to specifically this podcast is related to a game, and that is it. Right, I've stopped now. Okay, so I think you'll enjoy it then. But so you're going with potentially Phasmophobia that might win. Is that right, Coop? Or
Yeah.
yep,
Phasma.
cool. And Looper, how about yourself? Have you played many of these ones, or have you got a pick for these ones for your one that you think will win and the one that you'd like to see win?
I've seen streams on them.
Nice.
I've never played any of them.
No problemo.
I don't think there's any on Xbox, so I wouldn't have.
Raji is on it. Yeah, there's a few. Carrion's on Game Pass actually.
Carrion's
Yeah.
in Game Pass.
This is in Game Pass.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you should check that out. It's pretty cool.
So, but I've seen streams on Phasmophobia,
Okay, cool.
Raji.
Nice.
I would say Phasmophobia. Most people have a lot of fun with it,
Yep.
and looks good to me.
Good stuff. Yeah, no, there is a lot of.
Can't say because I haven't played any of them, so I can't really.
Yeah.
Ori's my choice. Yeah.
Sure. No, that you always. Yeah, I always love to hear that. So, Ori's great. But yeah, so for
Sasalupa was one of the streams,
Yeah,
Indies stream.
that's a good question.
Remember, there's a right answer here.
That's it.
Trial Phasmophobia and his lot, so that's quite fun actually.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. I like your work there, Fastback, trying to get promoting the channel. But yeah, that's great. That's great stuff, Lupe. I think you could be right on that answer for sure. And finally, Cybernox, how about yourself on this one, my friend?
Unfortunately, I have not had the chance to try any of these games.
No worries.
Like you guys said, I've been, this year's just been crazy. My son, 1-year-old.
Oh yeah.
New dad. It's just the adjustment has been real. That's
Don't
been
worry,
a
my
game
friend.
in itself. Okay.
That's yeah. You beat that on hard mode, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, good stuff. Yeah.
But
Congrats again for that, buddy.
Thank you. But from what I've seen, to me, it would have been between Raji and Phasmophobia.
Nice.
My personal pick from what I've seen, the streams I've watched, and just gameplay wise, I would have picked Raji. I think that gives you a little bit more than Phasmophobia gives you. I love the art style in that game. The world just seems like you want to just explore and wander in there for for a while. So yeah,
Yeah.
my pick would have been Raja. Yeah.
Definitely. No, it's great to see like obviously an Indian team making games of different culture.
Yeah.
And that's what shines through in that game, in my opinion. That it's like it's very well done, all the culture side of things. Like the combat is okay. It's good. Combat is good. I won't say it's okay. It's better than okay. It's good combat. But the thing that really shines is like the aesthetics and like the like the culture is done so well. The visuals are lovely as well. It's great. It's got some
very vibrant. I was about to say that.
Definitely. At the end, the final part of the game, you'd go into like in that photo, you're in the desert. And that bit is really striking. It's beautifully done. There's some lovely lighting in the game, and just different parts which have nice nods to obviously all of the. I'm sure it's all accurate to their, the religions and stuff like that, because there's a lot of that in the game which is laced through it with the religion aspects, which I will not try and talk about now because I'll probably mess it all up. But it is nicely done.
India, they have their own mythology too, so it'd be cool to see. Maybe they continue with other stories within the Indian culture.
Definitely, my friend. That's a good shout. That's everyone's on that, isn't it? I believe, guys. Yeah, good stuff. Yeah, let us know, guys, in the chat, what's your best of the debut games. If you've played any of these, if there's any you think stand out above the rest. But I also want to just shout out all of you guys who've come in, because seeing so many new faces popping up, and all people who I love seeing in there, like Green Pass Gaming. Awesome to see you. If that's Flap, I believe, potentially. I think he's the operator of that profile. And Invader Gaming, my bro, from the Gamers United Guild, as well as Stinger, who is in the chat as well, Summer, I believe. Great to see you guys, Mike and Vader, and Stubbsy Baby still there, and who have we got in here? Jamie Richardson's still here. How's it going? Hope you're doing good, bud. Thanks for being here. UK Dazarus, Fun Speculation again, Infinite Brother, Pong Soul, and yes, thank you everyone else who else is hanging. But like I say, drop your favorites as we do it, guys, because we want you to be a part of it too. It's what makes the show tick. So thank you for being here. Okay, so we're going to move on to the final one, which hopefully should just be right at the top. Ding-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling. And that is Game of the Year overall. So obviously they're not all indie games, which is no problem. And I will try not to cry if you don't choose the indie game. So let's go with Coop first on this one. I think I might know which one you'll go for, but what is yours, brother?
For me, it's Last of Us Part 2 for sure.
Okay, nice, bro. Is that your one you want to win? Or is that the one you think will win?
That's the one I want to win.
Yep. Nice.
And I think it has a pretty good chance of winning. I think Ghost will definitely and deservedly so will give it a run for its money. So I think it'll come down to those two. But
yep. No, definitely
fantastic. But Last of Us is just that it's good. I love that game. Awesome.
Good stuff, buddy. Until you play Hades, and then that will blow it away. Very good. No, they're great games. There's a lot of love for Ghosts, around the community. So, and that game's done very
fantastic.
Well. So there's some great games. Yeah, fun. Definitely. I'm hoping the stream's not dying on us as we speak, because I'm noticing a little bit of funny business, but we're going to crack on. But yeah, great answer, Coop. That is fantastic. Anything else you wanted to add about those, or?
No, sort of again, I've only played Ghost of Tsushima and Last of Us.
Sure, yeah.
I mean, I played Final Fantasy, the original.
Yeah.
Final Fantasy 7. That remake looks fantastic, but I don't know. I think Ori should have been there.
Yes.
Or Half-Life Alyx should have been there aside from that game. Mm-hmm. Same with Animal
Crossing. That was a good. You reminded me, actually. That was a question I was going to ask that I had. Yeah, you just reminded me. So the snub of the day, basically. So that would be Ori, the biggest omission for you, would it? Out of for this.
Oh yeah, no question.
Yeah.
So good.
Good shout, bro. Yeah. Good stuff. Okay, let's move on to Assassin Looper for this one. Have you got I imagine you have a pick of these for your favourite, for what you'd like to win, and also which one you think will win?
Well, I'll start with the fact that I think Ori and Jedi Fallen Order should have been there.
Okay,
There
nice.
you go, Lupa. There you go, Lupa.
Yes, forgot about Fallout. That's a
Yep.
fantastic game.
It's a fantastic game, and it really drew me in, and I couldn't put it down. So,
Great.
why it's not? I think they just cheated it. It's just not fair. Anyway,
Yeah.
going back to my choice, I've played Doom Eternal. I love it. Apart from the platforming, I lost all my lives platforming. So that's a good game. But I think what's going to win is Ghost of Tsushima.
Nice. Okay, yeah, no, that's a good pick. I'd say, yeah, it's quite an open one, I would say. Personally, I think that's fantastic. Yeah, I mean, the other thing I would say, obviously, I know you want it to be in the Game of the Year, but I think Jedi Fallen Order is still in there, isn't it, in the action adventure, if I'm not mistaken?
Yeah, but it's not in Game of the Year.
Yeah, I know what you're saying, definitely.
Yeah.
All I
Yeah.
would say is, people, if you love that game, get out and vote for it in the other category so it can get that. And that's what I've been doing for Ori, you know. And but yeah, I know what you mean. It's tough. There's so many great games, but yeah, if it's certainly a game that you've loved, and you know, I know a lot of people have loved that game. It's a shame not to see it.
It came out of the blue. It was an unknown quantity, and a lot of people were like, "Oh, another Star Wars game there."
Yeah.
And my husband's a Star Wars fan, so
Right.
I picked it up and we played it. He loved watching me play it, and I loved playing it, and it just is a really, really good game. And I love the fact that there's going to be a number 2.
Oh, nice.
hope-
I didn't know about that.
Yeah. Can't wait.
Good stuff.
How about the surprise at the ending?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Big surprise.
Not played it, so I won't know. Does it turn into Star Trek or something? Or
No, I don't want to spoil it.
That's
Okay.
It's a good
me
one.
right there, sir.
that would
That
be
is blasphemy.
it would be, wouldn't it?
Yeah,
All of a sudden, like, is it the Starship Enterprise? Which one? I'm so not on these sci-fi programs. I won't even try. But
It's
yeah,
like a Mustang turning into a
yeah,
Camaro.
exactly. Brilliant. Cool, good stuff. Okay, so next up, Cybernox. What is your Game of the Year out of these, my man? And which one do you think will win, and which one do you think you should win?
None of these.
Really? No, I know where this is
None
going.
of these.
I know where it's
Okay.
going. Okay, let's go.
Ori and the Will of the Wisps is the game of the year.
Love it.
okay?
out.
That game is absolutely magnificent. It's a brilliant game. If you guys have not given that game a proper chance, please. It's on Game Pass, $10 a month. It'll literally give it a chance. Like, that game it has, from the music, from the platforming, from telling you a story literally without any words. It's amazing. That game, listen, it brings your emotions are all over the place for that game. You're seeing peaks and valleys all the time. Your
Yep.
emotions are high, then low. Oh, it's amazing. And funny story, when I first started playing it, because like I mentioned to you guys, I had my son, I was just trying to rush through it, and then I was just like, oh, this is not there's something that's not connecting here. So once I actually got some proper time, I went back and I played that game. And then when you take your time and you start exploring, and now you have your abilities, and you start the chains, the combos, the way it makes you feel once you start chaining things together.
Exactly.
It just works in so many levels, and for it not to be even nominated,
Yeah.
it's absurd. It
It
really
is.
is. That game
It is.
is absolutely brilliant. Even if it's going up against some heavy hitters like The Last of Us, Ghost of Tsushima, Doom Eternal, all these great games, it deserves to be at least nominated for Game of the Year. I think it is the best Game of the Year that I've played so far, and from what I've seen so far. Now, with that said, out of this list, I have a bone to pick with The Last of Us, but that would take a whole nother 3 hours because I got a lot to say in that game. Okay. I love The Last of Us, the first game.
Right.
I think it was amazing. It told an amazing story. And this one, story wise, just felt short for me. I think it did a lot of things technically that you can obviously see the achievements that that game has accomplished.
Yep.
But I would say I think The Last of Us Part 2 will win Game of the Year.
Okay.
But I would have liked to see Ghost of Tsushima win. Just because it was something so new. It was a different take. It gave us something, on feudal Japan, something where I think a lot of games were actually asking the Assassin's Creed franchise to go towards, and for it to deliver in the way it delivered, and high praises from the community. I think it deserves to win. But I think ultimately The Last of Us Part 2 will win. And I'll say one more thing that I don't know if everybody will agree is I never think that a remake should be nominated for Game of the Year.
That's a good shout.
I kind of agree with you. Yeah.
I don't feel that way. It's for Final Fantasy VII to be nominated for Game of the Year, and Final Fantasy VII is not even a completed game.
Nope.
Okay, it's just the first part of the trilogy. Now you can kind of say that about Mass Effect 2 when it came out and things like that, but this game is Mass Effect was an original IP. This is a remake. You know what I mean? So I said the same thing about Resident Evil last year. Did it come out last year or 2 years ago?
Resident Evil 2 or 3?
Evil 2 remake. Resident Evil 2 remake. I don't know.
Yeah,
Whenever
Resident
it was
Evil 2,
nominated, it was nominated as well. And I said, listen, they did a phenomenal job, just like they did a phenomenal job here with Final Fantasy. But we've experienced these stories. I know there's the new generation experiencing it, but it's a remake. We know what the outcomes are. We know pretty much what the story is going to lead up to and things like that. So, that really grinds my gears when Final Fantasy VII remake made it and Ori didn't. So, yeah,
totally understand
that's
that.
That's my little
that's great. That's great, brother. I love that take. Really good stuff. And it's nice for someone else to be, putting it like that as well, because it's usually me saying exactly what you just said, pretty much. So the Ori love is, all that. There's a lot of love for it, but there's definitely a lot of love for Ori going around. But sometimes it's just you gotta shout from the rooftops to say how good it is, because it is that good. You know what I mean? But yeah, like that was that game for me was the game of the year until Hades, and then it's them two. Really, it's still probably, if I had to choose one of them, I probably would have voted for Ori over Hades. It's very tough though, because Hades is always growing on me, and they're different types of games. But Ori has a special place in my heart, as they say. It wins your heart well, doesn't it, in that game? But it's just the game design is so well done, and the way you sort of like uncover the world, and the mechanics of the game. Like you say, you start stringing things together, things come together really nicely, and yeah, it's just a phenomenal game. Good stuff, bro. I love it. And who have we not got? So was it Fastback we haven't got on this one? Sorry.
No,
cool. Let's go Fastback. He's going to bring the goods on this one, I'm sure. What's going to be your top pick of the year, and the one you think will win?
Well, I'm with the Assassin and Cyber as far as Ori and Jedi Fallen should have been in there. Mm-hmm. And if Jedi Fallen was there, that would be my game of the year. It's kind of a shame because I don't know what like we said before, what are they looking at to nominate some of these games? And you look at Last of Us 2 and Ghost of Tsushima, they're good cinematic, they have good acting and all that. And if you look at Jedi Fallen Order, you had all that too. I mean, just the setting, the art, the background, everything. It's a beautiful game, a beautiful world that they explore. You really didn't get lost. They kept you in pace. The acting I thought was great. You had Cameron Monaghan and Daniel Roebuck and Deborah Wilson. I think they were great.
Yeah.
As a group, the chemistry, as they're going through their adventure together. So I really enjoyed that. But that didn't happen. So looking at all of these, the only one that I played was Animal Crossing, and so out of all that, I think that should win. What for me, mainly because I have history with it with my daughters. You know, I played the first one on GameCube with my oldest, and I played the others throughout the years, and then I got to play this one with both my daughters. We all had them, and I have other family members that really into it. So I when I look at Animal Crossing, I won't be surprised if it wins overall, because I think people are kind of missing out on it. It may not be our type of game, you know, us hardcore gamers. Sometimes games like that are, you know, it's on Switch, and you know, we're always talking about Xbox and PlayStation, but that game is huge. It's got a huge following. I wouldn't be surprised if some of these media and influence or whatever that voted, you know, they grew up with Animal Crossing, so that could have a heart, you know, a place in their heart to vote on.
It saved people in the coronavirus lockdown.
Yeah, exactly. So
True.
I think that's going to steal the Game Awards, but I wouldn't be surprised if The Last of Us 2 wins.
Nice.
So it could be a toss-up between those, I think, you know.
So you think which one? Sorry, you think will win Animal Crossing? Did you say then?
I think Animal Crossing will win. I think it's a surprise.
Yeah, it's quite a tricky one.
It's not really a surprise because, you know, like I said, for us, it's not a game that we all talk about, you know, so it's kind of hard for us to.
Yeah, that's the thing.
I guarantee it, out of family members and all that and the history, it's got a big following. So.
Yeah, I know what you mean. It's very. I think it's a very open one, to be honest. I agree that, you know, Final Fantasy, you know, that concept of it being a remake and stuff like that, you know, that potentially means that should be not there, and maybe Ori should be there instead of that.
Yeah.
It's and you know
they should have had a different category for remakes, but I you know, that all depends. Is there enough games that were?
But then you could say Doom shouldn't be there because Doom's a remake as well. Doom's a remake.
I mean, and Jedi Fallen Order and Ori should be in this instead of those two. You know, I had nothing against those games, but I really don't feel like those games. I don't know. It's just as far as this year. Like you look at the Ori and the Wisp. Now I haven't played it, but those that I know that play it and love it, like Cyber was talking about, and you, it's better than the first one, right? And the first one, didn't the first one win indie game of the year when it came out?
No, it didn't. Didn't win the VGAs. What we're looking at now, no.
No, not the Game of the Award, but the indie. It didn't win any categories.
It didn't. I don't think. No, I don't think. I can double check that. I don't think it did though. I'll check that.
But I just think it's weird that, you know, that game is not here. So.
Yeah, I mean,
it won Best Art Direction.
Best Art Direction, right? Yeah. Yeah, I thought it was something like that, which is a real shame again, isn't it? You know, like, yeah, it's just crazy. For me, like, Blind Forest is a masterpiece as well. They're both masterpieces, but yeah, Will of the Wisps is better, but it's because of the combat. Because that's for me.
Yeah, built upon it, made it better.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I think Doom Eternal
and I had nothing
isn't.
against Hades because I haven't played it.
Yeah, I mean, Hades is incredible. Like, I have to stop myself because I will talk about it again if you see what I mean. I will go on about it forever because it's amazing. It is fantastic.
And I know if and when I do get a PS5, Ghost of Tsushima would be the first game I want to play. And The Last of Us, you know, I'll probably play that later. I haven't even played the first one, so I don't, you know, as right now it's not on my radar. But
listen, just play the first one and end it there. Don't play the second one. You'll be fine.
I've already know everything about the second one, so it's kind of like,
yeah.
Just to play all the exclusives.
Yeah, I mean, for me, that's not compelling enough. There's not enough exclusive, not enough PlayStation games. I've got more than enough personally. But yeah, I totally understand why people do that. But
I really want to play God of War and
sure.
So
yeah.
Probably pick up a PlayStation 4 for those. Actually, I'm not playing. Then nobody's given me a reason to buy a PlayStation 5 yet.
Sure, exactly. Yeah. And one final thought. wouldn't it be awesome if Hades won? I know you guys have chosen your other picks, but I just think
it would be nice at any game to win.
It's got, it's probably the best chance out of
that would be a shock.
Yeah, I mean it would be, but at the end of the day, if you look at all the reviews and look at the reception it's had, like Coop was saying, I think it was Coop was saying that, it's phenomenal reception. There's a lot of love for it. It's more sort of like a different category of people maybe, but there is a lot of it, and that it could do it, I think. But I think like pretty much all of these games could do it. I think probably the one that's least likely to win is Doom Eternal, probably. I would say.
But Xbox game.
I think you get it on all platforms, can't you? But it's a great game still. But like Doom, it puts a bit of platforming in, and it adds slightly better visuals. It is. I mean, it's a phenomenal game, but it doesn't really do much more in the. I guess that's why you could say Ori wasn't in there. But it did add combat. But games that don't add more, but we could break this down forever. But
that's why it would be so nice if they kind of just had some sort of criteria or direction of which way they're looking into how they're picking these games.
I know they have fans can vote, right? But I don't know. Do our votes have any kind of count? Like
they count for 10% of it.
10%.
See, I think I disagree with that. It should be 50-50. You get a tally up, you see what the media. I mean, come on, we're the ones gaming, playing these games, right? So why we only counted as 10%?
I disagree, my man. I think you got to think for a little bit more, because like if you do that, then all you're going to have is PlayStation games in there, because there's more PlayStation gamers and PC gamers. You're going to the bias will be phenomenally overwhelming.
Don't you think there should be like 3 from each platform, something like that?
Yes,
I agree. They should. Add from different platforms, and maybe a different genre category in the game of the year, and different platforms.
I think it should be like a ranked choice voting. Did you guys ever hear about that? So you pick your first, second, and third,
right?
Or whatever games you think are gonna be, or whatever game you think will be deserves to win that award. So let's say here we pick, Hades, Ghost of Tsushima, and Doom Eternal. I picked those 3. Indie picks one of the 3 I picked, and then and so forth. So if one of your games are in there, and then on average you'll see, and then on average, whichever of the game that's on everyone's list, obviously that would be number 1, and number 2 will be dictated by and so forth. So I think a ranked choice system would be probably one of the fairest ways to go. But
I know what you mean.
It's got to be a way to,
they could do with a rethink. I know what you mean. There is bias there already, Shizno. Definitely, it seems anyway. But that's only because it would be the point I'm making is it'll be a lot more significant if it was to go down that route, which all you have to do is really look at the 100% voted one right now, which is on the website, and you'll see sort of kind of how it goes really, which is quite similar to what it's gone like, as I say. But it's a difficult one.
Doesn't Golden Joystick they do console specific awards, don't they?
Yeah.
Xbox Game of the Year, PlayStation Game of the Year.
Yeah, I think they do. And there's also the BAFTA, which is a good one. It's the UK one. So that's in around April, I think. They do quite good ones. They do different stuff. Speaking of awards as well, guys, by the way, to shout out to ourselves. We're going to be doing an awards show of our own to mix things up. Awesome. On the next Indie Games podcast, I should probably have said this at the end really, but I thought it was a good opportunity. On the 19th, we're going to be doing a special show which is going to be like a Indie Games Awards, and just a bit of fun really, but also it'll be a quiz as well. So that's so it'll be a lot of fun. It'll be an Indie Games quiz, and just kind of a Christmas party sort of atmosphere thing. We'll probably do a few prizes as well, guys. So a little bit of giveaway action, or like winner for the quiz, etc. Because we want to thank you massively for obviously all the support. The community is amazing. amazing, and it means a lot. But yeah, there'll be we're doing a few awards which we're actually going to be voting on soon and stuff like that, and you can decide if our awards is better. But yeah, at the end of the day, it's just a bit of fun and a way to celebrate games and indie games in particular. So that'll be on the 19th of December, so look out for that, which is 2 weeks today, I believe. But yeah, cool. So have we missed anyone out yet for Game of the Year? Sorry guys, went off the track there. All you guys are giving your Game of the Year, and we've done that one, haven't we? Lovely stuff. Cool, excellent stuff. Anyone else in the chat who hasn't mentioned theirs, just fire it away. I just want to shout out a few more people. We've got The Living Flame has popped by. Thank you very much for popping by, my friend, back from the dead again. And yeah, I'll shout you out again. Infinite, Shizno Elite, always great to see you, my friend. Stubbs Gaming as well. Yes, and we're going to crack on. Thank you very much everyone who's here. We really do appreciate it massively. You are all awesome. So Coop threw me off a little bit earlier when he said something was announced, but I was going to say about the Demo Festival event, which is just something will be coming up. I don't know if you guys checked it out last year. I just want to just quickly mention it, but last year the Game Awards did it's basically, like I say, a demo festival event, which is an opportunity to get on and download demos of upcoming games. And I believe it's going to be running from Tuesday, I think. Maybe Coop knows more about it than myself because he saw an announcement or something on it. Is that right, Coop? Did you see something?
Yeah, it's on the Game Awards website. They have a list of I thought it said the 10th, but it could be I don't remember the exact. I thought it was like the same day as the award show or whatever, and then they listed it was like let me see, they had like System Shock.
Nice.
Yeah, they had, I don't know, 15 games listed.
Yeah,
I think there was going to be even more once the event started.
Yeah, there's usually quite a few actually. I remember last year, I don't know if you downloaded any last year. I know you're not much of a demo guy, so maybe not. But last year there was quite a few, and I did a few playthroughs and stuff like that. But yeah, if you are interested in checking out any upcoming games, look out for that, guys, because there's often some quite good games in there. And yeah, I think we sort of covered it, but a real quick whip round, if that's okay, before we move away from the Game Awards. If one of your games hasn't already come up as your Game of the Year, I'd love to know what is your Game of the Year, regardless of the Game Awards. Right now, that's probably quite a hard one to do quickly, so feel free to talk about it if you wish. But I'm going to hit up Assassin Looper first. What has been your favourite game of the whole of 2020, Assassin Looper?
Oh, that's hard.
And if it's an indie, you win 10 points. If you've got one which isn't indie, you can also mention an indie as well if you wish. It's up to you.
Well, Plague's Tale, I'm not sure if it's classed as in this year though.
Was that this? I don't know if it was.
December last year, wasn't it?
I
think it was last year. Yeah, not. I think it was a bit earlier on in the year. Yeah. But good game. Good show.
This year, obviously, Valhalla.
Yep, sure.
The indie game, obviously, is
Spiritfarer, lovely.
Well, we love that.
Good stuff.
And I've been having some great fun on Sea of Thieves as well.
Lovely. Yep, good stuff.
So I think I'm going to go with Valhalla, though.
Sure thing. No worries. That's fantastic.
Spiritfarer.
Lovely. Spiritfarer is a wonderful game and a more than worthy choice. Fantastic. Assassin Looper, that is a great answer. Thank you very much. Okay, so let's go Cybernox next, and I have a strong suspicion I know what yours is, my friend.
Yeah, for sure.
Yep.
I'll go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I'm just waiting for your beautiful answer.
Ori and the Will of the Wisps.
Lovely.
Game of the Year, without a shadow of a doubt. It's. I said it before.
Yep.
Amazing game. It's beautiful. It delivers in every way that the first one did. If you were a fan of the first one, play this one. I guarantee you're not gonna be disappointed. Even if you're not a fan of platforming games, I even go a step further. give this game a try. I'm telling you, this game does something. The visual, the art style, it's such a vibrant game. In the way it takes you, and you get such a different scenery depending on where you are in the map. It's very unique. The abilities that they added to the game, and how you have an ability tree now where you pick and choose how you can also chain your abilities so they work for you a little bit. But it's an amazing game.
There's more adaptability, isn't there? Sort of freedom.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's an amazing game. Ori and the Will of the Wisp certainly deserves
Great
Game of the Year.
shout. Nice, brother. Yeah, that's awesome. And just can I ask one question? Don't have to go into too much detail. Have you played Hollow Knight?
I did. I actually started playing Hollow Knight actually last year. That was the first time I played it. It came to Game Pass. I started playing it, and I didn't. I invested maybe an hour or two into it, and then I just got distracted by another game at that time.
Sure. Because if you like Ori and the Will of the Wisps, then I've heard a lot of times people say they played it for an hour and then got distracted. So I highly, 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 highly recommend you go back to it, because I think you'll adore it, because it's got that Metroidvania discovery feel. Obviously, it can be quite punishing, but you beat Ori on hard. My man, you have no troubles. I think you'll love it.
I have a lot of time at the end of the year, so I'm gonna try to get as much gaming as I can. So
I'd love to hear your thoughts on Hollow Knight, because it's those Ori and Hollow Knight, they're my games, top games. So and I think you'll really love it, because it just it's got so much charm to it, and some epic boss battles as well, which can sometimes take a few tries, just sort of to learn to understand what's the deal. And then it's that feeling of overcoming and just joy when you beat them. You know what I mean? It's that jump out of the seat and punch the air kind of, I beat him. You know what I mean? It's just an amazing game in so many ways, though. But yeah, great stuff. That's a great answer. Ori and the Will of the Wisps, without a doubt, amazing. Good stuff. And Fastback, regardless of what we've just discussed, what is your game of the year? And if you've got an indie, if you say indie, remember that does make you the golden boy. Okay, go for it, brother.
I guess I'm not gonna, Jedi Fallen Order I think should be nominated, but I guess I didn't really play it this year, so. And I don't want to count Watch Dogs, and of course Cyberpunk. We haven't played that yet, but I guess one game that kept me engaged and I really enjoyed was Journey to the Savage Planet.
Nice.
If you want to count that kind of like indie, but and of course Carrion's my indie game of the year, but I'll give a shout out to Battletoads and Streets of Rage 4, because I really had a good time in those.
Streets of Rage.
So
definitely, I need to get back to Streets of Rage. I haven't finished it actually.
Same here.
We should get some co-op going, guys.
You got to play that with friends.
That'd be great.
Yeah,
good stuff.
But Journey to Savage Planet, just great humor, just a beautiful game, and I know who bought them. Google bought them, right?
I can't remember the name of them again.
I'm kind of worried. I think what they did was great. It was a great. I'd like to see if hopefully they do more with that. So. Yeah,
potentially.
We'll
could well do. Yeah. Could well do. Good stuff. Nice. Okay, so first, Coop, my man, what have you got for your game of the year? And if it's not an indie, then slip an indie in there. And if it is only an indie, I will buy you a beer.
Well, I mean, if I'm saying indie game of the year, it's beyond a shadow of a doubt Ori and the Will of the Wisp.
My man,
that's what I'm talking about.
Amazing. It is so good. I've played through it twice now. I absolutely love that game. Just so good.
Awesome.
So that would be.
That is a great choice. Have you done the hard playthrough as well, my friend, or?
No, I'm not. No.
Yeah, you've done it medium, I
don't have
imagine.
cyber skills.
Cyber skills.
I'm telling you, use those,
I like that.
use those
Hashtag.
abilities correctly. It can help you out a lot during that game. So.
Do you use the hammer quite a bit, or
not even the hammer? It's just I think there are a couple of shrines that you get that if you beat some shrines, you unlock another slot for your what do they call them, for your orbs. Let's call them orbs, and then you can chain them together. So like the more you kill, the more it's just kind of
so it's a good loadout. It's sort of a good loadout.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
And it helps you out a lot. I mean, you'll still die a tons, but
I died so much more in the first Ori than Ori and the Will of the Wisp, but I put that down to the fact that playing through the first one, beating that, and then you're already accustomed to the game mechanics, the core game mechanics, aren't you? So I think that's probably why, because it's essentially.
I'm curious as to what would happen if I go back to the first one and try the first one.
That's the same. I'll be curious about. Yeah, definitely. I'm gonna have to do that sometime. But I was thinking of trying to do a stream, like as I've said before, like streaming the Will of the Wisps on hard. I think that's probably, like, as Coop referred to it, as masochism.
It's tons of fun.
Yeah. So I think it would be hard is good. It's just a dangerous streaming on hard, though, isn't it? If you know what I mean. So were you going to say something, Lufa, then? Or?
I was just saying I didn't mention Ori and Jedi because we'd already discussed them.
Sorry, yeah.
Choose them.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, no, so they're kind of they're there anyway. No, that's great. Loving the Ori love all round here, so that's great. Everyone else has Fastback. You said yours. Sorry, you said yours. Yes, you did. I've got to keep track. I might just have to go down the line each time, because then I'll know where I am. Okay. Good stuff, guys. That was fantastic. We've taken way too long on that topic. I'm sorry. I'm really going to have to get faster at this. I'm still learning, guys. Sorry. So
it's a passionate subject.
It is. Yeah, it is. That's great stuff. So moving on, guys. We next, I think we'll take on. Dog's barking. Hope you can't hear that. So let's dive into this. So basically, recently, you probably saw it on Twitter if you're on Twitter. Recently, the Game Pass games were revealed for December, and an awesome list of indie games were on there, as well as other games as well, which was a fantastic. Sorry about that, if you can hear that in the background. It's putting me off big time. So we're going to dive into those and see if what you think of the list, if there's anything that stands out to you. Same to the chat. We're going to bring it up now and let us know if there's anything that grabs your attention. Let's see if I can do this much more smoothly this time. Probably no. Oh, God. There we go, guys. So we've got the Game Pass games up on the screen there. If you needed a reminder, I know my top picks of this, but we're going to go for me last, obviously. And just wanted to sort of see if there's any of these that you're really excited to check out, if there's any that grab your attention more than others. And we're going to hit up my man Fastback first for this one. What do you think, bro?
This one's great, especially seeing some a good mix of games here, from AAA to indie. So I played Rage 2. That's great. So I recommend everybody give that a go. Especially if you like the Mad Max game, it's made by the same developer, so it's kind of similar, but it's fun. Definitely Control. I will give that a go. Gang Beast, that should be fun for community nights. Call of the Sea, I'm definitely excited for that. That's coming up here soon on the 8th, right? So
it is indeed. Sorry, I was muted there. It is on the 8th. Yes.
Greedfall, I know HDK, he's been playing that, and and I've been seeing a lot of good things on that. So I might check that out too. Ukulele, I've heard good things on that.
Yes.
Good platformer. So
definitely.
And and then Unto the End. I know you talked about it.
Indeed, yes.
Yeah, so definitely interested in that.
Awesome, bro. No, that's great. So yeah, would you say you know you're going to sort of dive into first a couple of games that you're going to definitely be getting straight to? Is there any what stands out to the top of
I think
those?
well, probably first would be Call of the Sea, and then Unto the End, because
Nice.
I'll be playing Cyberpunk, so
Yeah.
you know, I don't think I would do Control
Fraud.
yet. We love too much.
Sorry. Just kidding. Obviously, everyone is playing Cyberpunk. It's all
I'm
good.
just being honest.
Yeah. It's all good. Yeah, no, those are great picks, definitely. I'll get to mine at the end. But yeah, those two games look phenomenal and good stuff. Yeah, so Cybernox, my man. Any of these the sort of shining like a light to you? You sort of have tractor beam pulling you in kind of thing.
Can we just all agree that our backlogs are now okay?
Exactly.
Honestly, like you look at this list, there's at least 3, 4, 5, 6 games that you want to play with all the stuff that you didn't play yet. Like, come on, what's going on here?
Oh, that's so true.
Control just came into Game Pass. Like, I just bought this game because the Ultimate Edition came out for $20, but it just came there. But that's fine.
But this one in there is just a standard edition, right? So you're not going to get the next gen enhancements on it if you played in Game Pass.
Question. I'm not sure. Yeah, so
I thought I've heard that. Yeah.
So Greedfall was a game that I looked at before as well. That I definitely want to try out. Haven was looks very interesting to me. I've never played the Dragon Quest games, and now
I played the demo on that.
I think it's the first time ever, right? Dragon Quest is on the Xbox platform. Amazing. Unto the End, I wasn't sure if this game was going to actually release in December. I thought, because I know this is a wife and a husband that did this game, right?
That's correct. Two Ton Studios. Yeah.
Yep. So I was just like, oh, is it going to make it? And it's on Game Pass already. It's like amazing.
It is awesome.
I'm not sure how you pronounce this game. But is it Valhalla too?
I think you say it like that, yeah. Valhalla. I think you say Valhalla,
so,
yeah.
And I want that Cyberpunk bartender. Yeah, definitely want to try that game. So,
it's definitely different.
You see, I said like 3 or 4 games, and I'm over here still. I still have to attack Assassin's Creed Valhalla. I'm playing The Witcher 3 because I want to get the 1000 on console. I'm playing Destiny 2. Like, aside from all the other games, like it's just, geez. How much time? I'm not gonna sleep anymore. I'm just gonna try to stay awake 24 hours a day, see how long I can last. Exactly.
Quit my job.
Yeah, but honestly, so all those games that I mentioned, I think Yes, Your Grace, I heard good things about it, but I haven't looked into it that much. So I'll look into that one too and see. So Yooka-Laylee, I know those are from the makers of Banjo and Kazooie, right?
So they made Donkey Kong Country. Some of the team back in the day. They're they're Platonic.
That's another one that's kind of like piquing my interest now, so I may take a look at that.
Definitely, it's kind of that one's got like the side-on perspective as well. So I don't know if you've seen much gameplay on it, but it's got that Donkey Kong sort of side-on thing going on, if you know what I mean. So yeah, pretty cool. Like, because the first Yooka-Laylee was like a 3D world, wasn't it, sort of thing. But yeah, I purchased that quite a while back, and I haven't got to it. So now it's coming Game Pass, and now I'm like, God. But at least it means
the brilliant thing, I know might touch it on a little bit later, but so you can literally try all these games.
Oh yeah,
you can literally try them.
It's the brilliant thing.
That's the beauty of it. So
definitely,
and it says Android, console, and PC. That's even awesome too. You're not stuck to one device.
Yep.
So
because I purchased it on like Xbox a while back, so I'm probably playing on PC more, so now I've got it on PC at least as well. So yeah, definitely there's a lot of games in this list that I'm excited for, though I'm holding back there, and I will actually hold it back, but that's a great rundown, Cybernox, bro. And fantastic stuff. Assassin Looper, any of these sort of calling your name that you want to check out, kind of maybe go through them like Cyber if you like, or if there's just a couple that you want to sort of shout out that you're going to check out, let us know.
I might try Control and Rage 2. They look okay, but I'm not sure really if I've got time. My absolute must is Call of the Sea and Unto the Dead End. Sorry.
Yep, nice.
And Greedfall, I slept on it. I'm glad I did, because now I don't have to pay for it. But it's definitely my kind of game.
Awesome.
It's very Assassin's Creedy / I don't know, something else.
Yeah.
I've seen,
But it's an RPG, right?
Yes.
yeah,
A modern
it's
Assassin's Creed kind of feel. Yeah.
It's more like a Monster Hunter World type thing as well, but you've got a really good story in there. So
Nice.
that.
Yep.
Ukulele, played the first one a bit, but then when I got in the bus, my bus wouldn't move.
No, that's annoying.
So I ditched it. It was annoying. But anything about banjo and kazooie, if you haven't played ukulele first, then you're missing out. I've played Slime Ranch.
Nice.
Okay, it's okay.
Oh, is it not so good? No. Have you played Gang Beasts or?
No, I haven't played it. I've watched it being played, and I was like, it's fun if you're playing it. It's
like a Fall Guy, right? It's just funny.
Just so
Yeah.
much.
Oh, yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
And like a human fall flat kind of thing.
I want to be playing. I'm playing Grounded with some friends. I'm playing Halo with some friends. I'm playing Sea of Thieves with friends, and then I'm wanting to play my single-player games as well and indie games, and I just haven't got enough time.
I know what you mean. It's so true.
Yeah, those three in particular, Greedfall, Call of the Sea, and Unto the Dead. I'm really
Unto the End, yeah. You'll call it that forever now. It's so good.
I try everything because it's in Game Pass, so why not?
Exactly. And in a minute, I'll put on Unto the End gameplay because I've actually played a demo of that game and I've got some gameplay lined up so you can have a little look at that, guys. But yeah, Unto the End, superb. Spoiler alert, because I'll say my full piece in a minute. But great picks there, Looper. And yes, we're spoiled for choice. 17 games on there. Pretty amazing, really. Bringing the goods, aren't they? And apparently they're not finished for the end of this year. They've got more to come in December, I think. Wowzers. Maybe that's Game Awards related. We'll see. Could well be. So, Coop, brother. What's grabbing your keen eye on this, bro?
Man, what a list. Well, I've already jumped into Haven.
Oh, have you?
Started playing that the other.
Oh,
yeah,
good.
Yeah.
What did you...
It's not quite what I expected.
I knew you. I knew it.
I played the demo and I'm like,
I played the demo as well. I wasn't that keen, to be honest.
It's a sort of a relationship simulator.
Do you know what the
some of the dialogue was kind of
the gliding round and the mechanics of that are really good. That's nice. But when I didn't really like, I'm not a fan of cheese and like corniness, if you know what I mean. So,
exactly.
That puts me off a little bit. But otherwise, could be good for
I was a little taken aback by that because I thought it was more of a just sort of exploration and so we'll see. I don't know if I'll get through that one, but again, Game Pass.
Yeah,
you get to give it a shot.
No lose there.
But Call of the Sea. I mean, we've been talking about that one for a while. That was fantastic. Unto the End, of course. Those are probably the two that are definitely going to be downloading immediately. Doom Eternal, I've been wanting. So I'm glad to. I've been kind of looking for sales on that. I was going to grab that anyway at some point. Yeah. Because I love, Doom.
Sweet.
It's great. I've already got Control. Rage 2, I watched fast stream that and I've watched that, so it looks good.
Nice.
Dragon Quest. I'm again. I've never played a Dragon Quest game, so
I
hear good things, and so that's
definite.
What a great list. I already have Ukulele, Slime Rancher. Again, I'm with Loop on that one. It was kind of meh.
Really, yeah.
And I think I have Gang Beasts. I think that was on a Humble Bundle a while back.
Nice.
But I've never played it. So I said, of course, I already have. Super Hot is awesome VR game. I don't know this mind control. I don't know what's new in the mind control delete thing. I just have the regular Super Hot on VR, and I love it. It's great. So yeah, those are probably the big. And Greedfall, I've owned that game for a while and I still haven't played it, but yeah. So Call of the Sea, Into the End, those are the two big ones, and yeah, I mean, just
beautiful,
man, so cool. That's crazy.
Yeah,
can't keep up with it.
It's crazy, isn't it?
Infinite backlog. Like I said,
infinite.
It is, yeah, it really is. I don't think you can ever catch it up, but just have to give in and enjoy, you know. But yeah, no, that's a great rundown again, my friend. It seems like we're all sort of picking the same-ish ones as our main sort of top ones, which my top two, I guess, if I had to say a top two, would be like Call of the Sea and Unto the End. And you know, Fastback and Coop will know well that I'm really looking forward to Unto the End. I made a video about it a little while back, and you know, streamed a playthrough of the demo essentially. And yeah, that game is so cool. It's really cinematic and really nice art style, quite minimalistic but beautiful. But on the layer that you probably don't gather from looking at the actual gameplay is that the gameplay is very deep and it has so much depth to it. So you've got like you know, this feels weighty, and you've got like a blocking system, and you have to be very tactical about it. You have to use the, you know, momentum, you know, of the flow of the fight and stuff. You have to time well. Yeah, it's good. When I put this gameplay on in a second, I'll be able to probably just explain a little bit better, and you'll be able to see a bit more. But yeah, I think people will be surprised at just how much depth there is to the gameplay. It's very nicely done, and yeah, it looks really nice too. And yeah, nice it's from a husband and wife team, which is pretty damn cool. But yeah, like you know, there's a ton of others as well. Like I said, Ukulele, I've been looking forward to checking it out for a while. I mean, I can get it on PC. I mean, it's nice to have Doom Eternal on PC as well now. So even I don't know if my PC would be quite as good as yours, Coop, handles. You know, I'm only I've got Ryzen 7 3800X, and I got but my graphics card's a bit weaker. It's got RTX 2060, so don't know what I might be able to get out of that, but I usually run 1440 or something. But anyway, we're getting off track with tech stuff now. But yeah, Haven, it's good to check it out, but at the end of the day, I tried the demo and I was a little bit sort of like I said earlier, I'm not sure whether that Super Hot game is that Super Hot in. I don't know if you noticed that one, Coop, because I know you like Super Hot. That top right is Super Hot game. Did you notice that one?
Yeah,
mind control. Yeah, sorry, I didn't hear you. Sorry. Yeah.
I don't know what the mind control delete.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I'm not sure if it's a different style of game or if it's kind of like the same style as the usual. I'm just gonna have a quick look at that.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what
Super Hot might be an amazing game in VR. I don't have a VR headset yet.
It's so good.
It might be it might be trippy, man.
Yeah, so it does look like the same as the normal Super Hot. So I thought it might be in like a tactical RPG or something randomly different, but with the Super Hot name, if you see what I mean. But it does look.
This is a DLC.
It's a DLC. Okay, even better. That's probably quite good.
That's a fun game, even out of VR though. It's a really cool, fun mechanic.
Yeah, I really like the game.
The slow mo.
Yeah.
Indy, I apologize, but I really have to go.
That's no worries, my friend.
I stayed after because the discussion is so good, and I want to keep talking with you guys. But
sorry, I totally understand. If we would have got started at the right time, we would have been well done by now. So it's not your fault at all. It's just stupid. It's frustrating.
Listen, I'll let you guys keep going because you guys are killing it right now. I really appreciate being here. It was an honor. Fastback, Cooper, Assassin Looper, you as well. You know, of course, you, Wendy.
Thank you, buddy.
Amazing show. Thank you so much for inviting me. Whenever
appreciate
you have another slide that you need somebody, please don't hesitate to reach out. Hopefully, awesome. I was able to contribute a little bit to the show. And honestly, it was just amazing talking games with you guys. And just something for everyone out there, whoever is listening, indie games are amazing. I use them kind of like Assassin Lupa does, as well as, sometimes we consistently play the same games over and over again. That sometimes leads to game fatigue. You're playing these games, and these games nowadays are hundreds of hours long, and you feel like you're playing the same game. A great way for you to do that is just by playing an indie game. It'll kind of rejuvenate your love for game again. It reminds you the joy that you have for gaming. You're just simply going and you're playing a game just for that for the love of gaming. And that's why I also have I tried to start this channel last year, but my son was born. It's called Xbox Game Pass Club, where I randomly choose. I just run the generator, I click on it, it randomly chooses a game, then I play it. I dedicate the whole month to that game.
Nice.
I think it's a good
Yep, that's awesome.
it's just a nice palate cleanser. And then after that, you can go back to exactly what you're doing before it, going, enjoy your AAAs and your open worlds and things like that. It's just something that I recommend everyone doing, because indie games are an amazing, it's amazing getaway and an amazing palate cleanser. But guys, it was an amazing show. I love being here. If felt like a really good show. I love the chemistry. It was amazing.
Sorry, it was a little bit all over the place tonight, my friend. It's usually
live. That's how it happens sometimes.
It would have been it sort of got in the way of a little bit of the flow, to be honest. So if like my mojo wasn't quite there, if you see what I mean. But
everything was great, man. I completely understand.
Oh, that's good. I really appreciate you coming on, bro. And you brought such a great addition to the show. I've always loved what you do, but you've been fantastic today, and I've loved hanging out with you. And I would love absolutely, definitely. I definitely would love to get you back on though, Cyber Bro. Because I will.
I'm just gonna mention my most anticipated upcoming indies, if you don't mind, real quick.
Definitely do that.
My number one, without a shadow of that, 12 minutes. That's, oh my god, I cannot wait for that.
Sorry, I think I've heard you say that. I thought it might be.
Yeah, Song of Iron is another big one that I'm looking forward to. And I don't know if I'm pronouncing this correct, but it's Naraka Blade Point.
Ooh, that might be a new one to me, actually. Naraka.
Yeah, so
might have to drop me a link to that.
My top.
Sweet, bro. That is awesome. No, thanks for that little take at the end. That's fantastic. What a way to end. Yeah. No, appreciate you very much, Cyber. Thank you very much, and hopefully next time when you get you on, and we won't have a problem and be able to get it done in a really decent time. But problem. It was great speaking to you, bro, and catch you real soon.
Yeah, Good meeting you, brother. Looking forward to it.
Guys, okay.
And everyone, check out Cyber's channel. His link is in the description to his YouTube channel. Make sure you subscribe to this guy. He's a legend.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Thanks, buddy. Take it easy.
Later.
Cool. Okay. So I've totally lost the way now. Yeah. Where were we? Did we do everyone's? I think we did everyone's there, didn't we? On the Game Pass. Yeah. So I just wanted to say, basically, highly recommend checking out Unto the End, and if you're not going to be already, because there's a lot of good games coming out. I know Cyberpunk's coming out, but like he said as well, like Cyber said, it's a good palate cleanser. That's become a term on this podcast a little bit as well. But definitely check out Unto the End, and dive into as many as you like. Potentially, not have to be your most 100%. Oh yeah, I really need to check that game. You can always just try games out, and that's the beauty of Game Pass. So yeah, awesome stuff. Cool, guys. I'm going to put on a bit of Unto the End now and see if I can lure you further with some of that game. That will be out on, I think, it's the 9th that it goes into Game Pass, Unto the End. I think that it's Call of the Sea is the 8th, I think, and Haven's already in there, as Coop said he'd already played it. Yeah, so there's a lot of good games coming, and like I say, be sure to let us know what your top pick of that lot is, and down in the comments or in the chat if you're here live. Thank you very much. And yes, let's see, so moving on quickly, we should probably make this, you guys all right for time for one more topic maybe, or you're all good, are you?
Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah, cool. You're legends. Thank you. Sorry again. We're gonna have to go back and count how many sorries I've said in this episode. Brilliant stuff. Okay, so where are we? Let's go on to this. Next topic is actually one that Fastback has come up with. So thank you very much for coming up with the cool idea, Fastback. It's a good idea. I like the topic, and that topic is how important are subscription services like Game Pass, PS Now, and Humble Bundle to indie developers. I think maybe the obvious thing would be is to hand this straight over to Fastback, and he can maybe explain a little bit more about it, or just give his kind of take on it, unless he wants to shoot it somewhere else. and that is not to be thought of as an innuendo of any kind or euphemism or whatever you want to call it. Please, you know where I'm going. But yeah, if you maybe want to dive into it first, Fastback, and see what how important these subscription services have become to indie developers.
I'm sorry. You're calling on me, right?
I am indeed, my friend. Yeah, you feel free
Sorry,
to.
I got a little distracted.
Sorry, no worries.
So, I would say over the years, especially like what we just saw, the games right now that are in Game Pass. A lot of these indie games, I think before, something like Game Pass, kind of get overlooked because they don't have the money for marketing like the bigger games do. And when you have subscription services like this where you can go in and you see all these games, and if they have a good layout and you have an indie game section, and you're able to just try one, without, you're not sure about it, but you just never know. You can find a gem. And like we were saying earlier, indie games provide that a change of pace, from these AAA hundreds of hours games. Some indie games can be a lot of hours, but you can have a good short game, but it has big impact. And so
Definitely.
I think Game Pass, PlayStation's been pretty good about supporting indies, especially from the beginning of the PS4, because they kind of needed some of that to help, hey, come play these on, PlayStation, right? PS4. And I don't really pay a lot of attention to PS Now, but I'm sure there's a lot of indies in there. And then of course, with ID Xbox, they've really done a great job over the years to work with indie developers, and now you're seeing that being brought into Game Pass. So I think it's important to have subscription services. It's like Netflix and Hulu and such, is that there's stuff in there that you probably wouldn't even go to the movies to see or whatever, and they're able to work with smaller studios that can make some of these mini series or a movie, and it turns out to be great. They're not so like independent. Same thing with the movie. Like was it Sundance? You bring awareness to a lot of small stuff that comes out from people that are very creative. Like a lot of these indies, a lot of them do come from big studios, but they want to branch off on their own, and so I think Game Pass and subscription services gives them a place to really show off get that attention and show off what they can do, especially if it's their first time.
Definitely.
So like this, you're showing Unto the End.
Yeah.
2 people. Here it is in Game Pass. It's getting attention. You're bringing awareness to it. I think some of us will play it, we'll stream it, and thanks to Game Pass, it just helps grow that attention.
Definitely.
Humble Bundle, I'm not.
That'll be Coop's area. He's a good user of Humble, but that'll be Coop's area of expertise. Humble Bundle.
Coop, and so, but Coop and HDK sends me stuff
nice.
from Humble Bundle, and I see a lot of stuff in there that I've seen in Game Pass. So I'm like, yeah, this is cool.
Definitely. Yeah, that's great shouts, bro. I mean, so do you feel like these indie developers it's the kind of go-to option? Do you think it's that all indie developers want to get into a subscription service? Do you think it's like that for them, or do you think
no, because we talked to Diego. He did Aqua Lungers, it's in Steam. And we've asked him about it, about Game Pass, and I guess he just didn't want to put much more work to try to work with Xbox on it.
Yep.
So I guess it all depends on the indie developer. If they're willing to do a little bit more to make their game work on other systems. Wherever that subscription service is at.
Yeah.
So.
Do you think it can be limiting for some developers, some games? You think if they go into a subscription service, you think that they might feel that they're missing out on some of the dosh, if you see what I mean? Obviously, it depends on the amount they're offered, I guess, but,
Yeah, well, see, there was a deal they were talking, I think, was it Phil, or they're saying that the Xbox has been pretty good about it. They don't have a set standard on how they negotiate, how they do Game Pass with these studios or developers. They're flexible. So I guess it, depending on each, these developers on these indie games, maybe they, look at it more, I need more marketing exposure, or,
Yep.
Yeah, I could, use the money and, especially to pay for the game and, and see what happens. So, I think it's a good thing. I think as long as Xbox and PlayStation can keep expanding on that, keep working with the developers and be flexible, I think it's beneficial for them to consider, they putting it in one or the other.
Yep, definitely. It's another option, and it's also, gets them in the limelight, definitely. Cool. Okay, so let's fire this one over to Assassin Looper, see what she thinks about, how important the subscription services have become to indie developers.
I think it's very important because I think it takes a lot of money to make a game and a lot of time, and they get a big bunch of money up front if it goes into Game Pass, which helps them, and then they're able to make more games from that. Also, I think it brings the community together. And
Yeah.
Because more people are playing the game, they then get more attention for their game. And like the community can try the games, and by trying them, they may like them more, and then we can get more people into liking indie games.
Yes, it's that exposure as well, isn't it? Definitely.
Exposure, and I think they get a good deal out of Game Pass because a lot of people will play it and then they'll want to own it, and then you get a discount for buying it. But they've already got a lot of money for the game, for it going into Game Pass. So I think that they could always get more, obviously. It's still a good deal. It's a good deal for them, a good deal for gamers, and a good deal for the studio.
Yes, exactly. That is a win-win in a sense, isn't it? And it's also that safety as well of like as a takeaway of that stress factor that they know that it's going to be going into service rather than waiting on day one. And it's just like, let's see if the sales come in or whatever, if they trickle in or whatever. But yeah,
I would never have played some of those games: Spiritfarer, The Tourist,
brilliant.
Between Us.
Exactly.
Call of the Sea, that sort of thing. I would never be playing those games if they weren't in Game Pass because I couldn't afford to buy them all, and I can't afford, I can't afford to be like knocking out £100 every week or even 2 or 3 times a week because I fancy a game and I want to play it, but I've got to pay full price for it. Whereas in Game Pass, I can be trying 20 games a week and it doesn't matter.
Exactly. No, that's a great point as well, for sure. Yeah, and like the fact that you're checking out games that you'd never would have tried before, that is awesome. And it's a snowball effect as well, isn't it? It sort of builds and around the community, friends and stuff. So
I go a game and I tell all the people that I'm playing multiplayer games with that are podcasters and creators, and then they'll go check it out, and they may have not checked it out.
Definite.
It gets more exposure.
Exactly. No, good shout. Do you feel like there's any drawbacks to going into Game Pass? Do you think some developers feel like there might not be like a perfect world, or do you think there might be any drawbacks or that you might speculate over?
No, I don't. How can there be a drawback? They're getting money for their game. they can then either pay for making that game, or they can pay for making the next one.
Yep.
And they know they've got that big bulk of money behind them, and that they've got the help from a company like Microsoft. They've got help. So if they get stuck, the help is there.
Yes. Yep.
I mean, I've heard Removable Sanity say, "Oh yeah, but you know, like they push them too hard and all of this," and I don't think they do anymore. I think
Yeah, I don't
Xbox
think so either.
get off their game, and if that was the case, they'd have pushed them to get Halo Infinite out no matter what, and they didn't. They delayed it.
He's saying that the Xbox put pressure on the developers. Is that what he was saying, to get the game out?
If there's 3 to 4 AAA, AA games a year, like Phil has stated there definitely will be, then what's happening to those developers for that to happen? It's going to get harder and harder and harder. And I'm like, well, yeah, but I also think that they've got their support. I don't think they're pushing them to do 3 or 4 games a year. You're talking about 35 groups of people and 23 studios.
Yeah.
To just put out 5 games a year.
Exactly. I feel that's more of a first party thing in general though, yeah. But you know, these developers who go through the ID at Xbox program are usually just through the program, so that's not probably as a concern at all. I think they'll very much just allow them to work in regards to that. But maybe it's I don't know, I'm not sure, but maybe it's an issue with the first party lineup a bit more potentially. But yeah, I agree that I think that Xbox and Microsoft are very flexible in regards to letting their developers and stuff like that be creative and have the freedom they need to work. So I agree there. Yeah.
Like Stubbsy says, he was talking about in the future, is Phil going to be able to keep that promise? Is he going to work them too hard, or they're not going to be able to cope? But I was thinking like 4 or 5 big games between all of those people. I think it's possible. I don't think that's an overload.
Definitely, I would agree with that for sure. There's a lot, they got a lot, and they're going to be adding more, aren't they? For sure.
With the indie side of it, the more the better, because as I said before, I do believe exposure is really, really important.
Yeah.
For the indies. And if I play a game and I like it and I tell 5 people, look at the multiples of people they'll tell. If they like a game and tell me and I'm playing it, there you go. It just goes round the whole community, and then people go, oh, what's she talking about Seafarer like that for? Or why is she mentioning the tourist? And I know for a fact 2 or 3 people have picked up the tourist on yours, and mine say so. So
yes, exactly. Yeah, it's catching, isn't it, the old tourist at the moment, which is good. But yeah, no, it's good to see people checking it out. People who don't usually check stuff like that out. It's really good. People opening their minds up to different experiences. But yeah, great takes on that there, Looper. Fantastic. Sorry, go on.
Actually.
Sorry.
Limbo,
yep. Great game.
I love the game.
Definitely. I think, is there any chance you could push your volume up a tiny little notch, if you have it, that is? Keep missing you a little bit. I apologise if I'm missing you. Are you going through the computer microphone, or is it the built-in mic on your laptop or something?
No, I'm using a gaming headset.
Oh, you're on the headset. Okay, shouldn't be too bad then. That's great. Lovely. Okay, good stuff. So yeah, Coop, my man, you have experience with Humble Bundle, Game Pass, and more, no doubt, as well. you love a subscription service, don't you, sir? So
yeah.
I imagine your take is favourable. Yeah, go for it, buddy.
It's I think, if you ask most indie developers, what's one of the hardest parts is, they get into it obviously because of the love of the game. They want to develop a game, but then there's the whole, marketing, the whole, exposure side of it to get the game out there, which is foreign to a lot of people. you know, you like Diego, you know, Fastback was talking about Diego on there. It's like, you know, you're a game developer. Your expertise is in making this cool game, but then you have this whole other business side of it where you've got to get that game marketed. You've got to get that game out there. You've got to get eyes on that game. You've got to, you know, and you know, from doing your, you know, monthly indie game, you have to do a deep dive. If you do a search, if you just go on Google and search, you know, game releases for December, it's going to show you, you know, Cyberpunk and, you know, whatever the top, you know, the top 10 like console big releases, right? You got to do a deep dive to get into the indie game. So that's the hard part of it. And when you can just, you know, put it on a Game Pass or a Humble Bundle or, I mean, I guess you could say PS Now, which I don't really consider that sort of a, you know, not the same level of thing because it's more like a streaming service. But you know, just being able to get it into those eyeballs and just that immediate exposure, you know, like a point and click, you know, that bam, it's just right there. Everybody's got access to it. You know, that is your marketing's done for you. You know, it's just an easy way to get it out there. And I mean, I have the backlog from Humble Bundle is insane. You know, I've had Humble Bundle for, I don't know, 5-6 years or whatever. It's forever. And I can't even, I mean, I mean, if you look at my, you've seen my Steam collection. I mean, I have about 1,000 games in there. Most of them come from that Humble Bundle. Just, you know, you can't even keep up with it.
Nice.
And you own those games. Humble Bundle's awesome because, you know, you own
that is cool.
Free games, plus they got the what's their vault or whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just, it's, and then Game Pass. I mean, just what we just looked at, you know, the games just released this month is incredible. Yeah,
indeed,
I mean,
just a quick side note on, I think I noticed the Humble Bundle list this month has I think it has, oh my god, I've got blanked on the name of it that I was going to recommend. Little Misfortune. Have you looked at the for this month? December, that is probably. Or was
I think that was last month's one.
Oh, was that last month's one?
That was November.
Did you download Little Misfortune?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Did you play it?
Frambo, that was.
Oh yeah, I was going to say because I really
Yeah.
recommend that game. It's got a lot of charm. It's
Yeah, I love Frambo. That was.
I remember you saying about that. It's obviously got that dark undertone as well. You know what I mean? It's got comedy, but it's also like quite creepy in a sort of eerie way, you know. Right. But yeah, it's cool. But yeah, I just thought I'd say that quickly. But yeah, so do you feel like there's any drawbacks to it? Obviously, we have to present a rounded opinion. It's no point of a topic if it's just well, obviously we can all be positive about it, but it's good to have a look at both ends of the spectrum. Do you feel like developers have any sort of you know, do you feel like it's the ultimate thing for them? They're always just hoping they're going to be in a subscription service, or is it like maybe some of them prefer not to for some reason?
I don't know.
Do you think it's all down to money and how much they get offered?
Fastback alluded to, well, you sort of have to pick your, like, I don't think what Diego was saying, you know, we're talking about Aqualungers again. I don't think what Diego was saying that it wasn't that he didn't want it, but when you're a small developer like that, it's hard. It's almost like, you know, programming your game, doing it multiple times, right? Because you've got to, change things up for each console, each platform. And I think what he was talking about was like, he didn't want to have to go back to the drawing board and you know, make this thing work on the Xbox. I don't necessarily think it was a Game Pass thing. It was more of a console. And I've heard that with other developers, like they have to kind of pick their focus. Yeah. You know, as opposed to, you know, going multi-plat, they have to kind of pick, like, okay, is this going to be a PlayStation game? Is this going to be an Xbox game? You know, and then later on they can kind of expand and go into that, you know, once. And again, I think that it's got to be tempting for a developer to look at it and go, at this point, because I think before you could say that Xbox was probably like the least desired, not because it wasn't, they didn't like it, but because that was your smallest audience, right? You've got PlayStation's got this huge, you know, platform, you know, huge platform, huge gamer base. Then you got PC, obviously, which is, you know, just, you know, huge. So you got to kind of pick your poison. You go, of the three, if I'm going to focus on one, you know, and Switch 2, I guess, is in the mix now too. But, you know, you got to pick your poison. You're going to go with either PlayStation or PC. But now with Game Pass, you know, that's got to be a whole nother incentive. They can say, well, hey, if I can get this thing on Game Pass on Xbox, bam, I mean, just right there, it's not going to get lost, you know, because unfortunately, if you can get on a Humble Bundle, which again, you know, it's only 10 games a month or whatever, that's, you know,
exactly, yeah.
So, yeah. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, as far as downfall, like drawbacks, I don't know. It'd be tough. I mean, if I was out there putting a game and somebody said that they would handle the, you know, you could just instantly put this on the Microsoft, you know, game on the Xbox Game Pass and just immediately it has this marketing done for you. I mean, you know, yeah, I don't know. It's hard to see a drawback to that. The same with home.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
It's not probably as big as what Game Pass is, but yeah, I think it's a game changer for indie developers, and yeah, hard to see a downside. I don't know.
It is hard to, isn't it? Yeah. I think, I mean, it gives so much exposure, especially for indies, I guess. Maybe you could find a downside for AAAs or something like that. But at the end of the day, if they're offering enough, like, sort of subsidize or whatever to, you know, subsidize how much they would have made or whatever, if they've got a good chunk of money basically, and that, you know, they were thinking, oh, we could have made a bit more. I guess one way you can do it is start out without Game Pass and then 6 months in go into Game Pass. That's quite a good way of having it.
Sort of give it a second life.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So that's another option for people. I think that's actually what Joe of Song of Iron is hoping to do, because he's not booked in for Game Pass at the moment, but I think he's sort of thinking he'll go in a bit later or something like that if he can, which I think is quite a good way, because you like best of both worlds. You get, like you say, a double release almost, like, but yeah, and also you get a few purchases on the earlier ones. But yeah, no, Game Pass is phenomenal, that's for sure, and you know, they do certainly give exposure to, you know, games which wouldn't necessarily get seen. I mean, even I know Puxley said last time, you know, even when they're in Game Pass, sometimes it's still hard for them to get a shot at it. But I suppose if there is some merit to that, but like at the end of the day, you know, you're seeing these ones, what's coming on the new. They do quite a good job actually of showing what's new in Game Pass, don't they? The new stuff. And I know not everyone follows Twitter and all that, but you know, on the new feed and stuff, you know, they're getting a really good shot at it, and a lot of people are trying stuff out. So that's proof is in the pudding in a way. You know, people who usually wouldn't play that type of stuff are trying out these indies, which is fantastic. But just if you're looking at the screen at the moment, this obviously you're looking at until the end, but like if you look at the combat, like you'll notice is the tactics sort of in the game, and sometimes you can actually avoid. I'm getting a bit decked on that bit, but but the game, yeah, you have to sort of be a bit tactical. You have to duck, and you have to sort of like also you can sort of taunt as well as you can sort of surrender, and then sometimes if they're like surrender as well. So there's some quite cool little things going on. But yeah, the blocking system and the roll and stuff, it's all like quite tactical. You can block high, block low, attack high, attack low. So there's quite a bit of like, you know, depth, as I say, to that gameplay. I think that people will enjoy. Yes, so good stuff. So Game Pass for the win. Humble Bundle for the win, especially from Coop at the moment. I still keep looking at it, but my money's not much at the moment, and I've got a lot of games anyway. So maybe one day I'll go into the Humble Bundle world.
They've changed it. I'm grandfathered with the classic subscription.
Yep.
And so it's not as good of a deal as it used to be.
Oh, really?
I know they raised the price, and
I see. So you've locked in yours, have you? Or
yeah, because
nice.
If you gave up your subscription, then you lost that. You know, they grandfathered you as long as you kept it.
Sure.
So yeah, at this point, I don't want to give it up.
Keep hold of it. Yeah, I see what you mean. But they do some great games in there, don't they? I mean, it tends to be some pretty cool stuff. And like you say, there's
library.
There's
some stinker months in there.
Sure, yeah.
There's always something in there to play.
I've been watching it for the last 4 or so months, and like looking at the quality of the games that have gone in there. There's definitely some which are a bit lesser quality, and some which are, you know, like, oh great, that's awesome, you know. But That's the way it goes, I guess. But yeah, I mean, that's the thing with Game Pass. You don't really feel that as much, in my opinion. You always feel like they're getting the good ones. They're getting these like unto the end. That's on day one of the release. It's like Call of the Sea is day one of its release. Haven, day and day. Haven is on day one as well. It's just brilliant because these are all games that are on my radar. Being someone who likes to look out for indie games a long way ahead of time. And imagine you guys as well, but yeah, they were on my radar anyway. And then it's like when it says, "Oh, well, you're going to be getting day one for free in Game Pass," then you can't really go wrong, and it's just brilliant, really. This is one of those encounters right now where he pulls up his sword and he sort of goes on his knee and lets you go past. You could have fought him, if you see what I mean. So it's quite cool. There's some clever stuff going on in this game. Sorry from
the more I've seen this game, and more I want to play it.
Nice. Nice. So yeah, I think the music at the end, like right now at the end of the demo, it sounds silly, but the music is just really epic. I won't put it on because it won't work for this stream, but it just goes and it's sort of like a really cool kind of like music. But anyway, yeah, so I think the score and the sound is done really well, which brings the immersion up to real high, definitely. So yeah, definitely check it out, guys. Good stuff. How are we doing? We are probably getting quite long into this podcast now, aren't we? We had one more that which maybe we could dive into. I don't know if you guys have got time. No worries if not. The last one we would dive into would be like just our upcoming, just to throw out some, any most anticipated indie games of 2021 and beyond. But if you don't have time, not a problem at all. It's entirely up to you guys if you have time.
Yeah, I get.
No, I'm good.
Yep, cool, good stuff. Thank you very much, and we will knock those out. Sorry, I've got an ice cream cone on. Cool. Okay, guys. So I would, I said that I was going to be faster, Fastback and Coop. It was going to be faster, but today threw the spanner in the works. So. From now on it will be faster. This show is going to be 2-hour show, guys, just so you know, in future. It's going to be, I'm going to be making sure I tighten it up.
Getting on the NLG time, 3 hour short there.
I'm definitely, we're going to make sure it's, but for now, just this should be like, it will be changing. It will be more tighter. There'll be twice a month, which I maybe even forgot to say on this third try of the stream. But yeah, for now, we're going to just dive into the final topic of the show, and then I'm going to I'll give that rundown again of what's happening with the changes to the show, etc., and what we got coming up. So yeah, if you guys have got a few indie games specifically that you're looking forward to, feel free to let me know. You might have one in particular that you want to talk about, or there might be a whole list. If you've got that you want to talk about, feel free. And maybe we'll start with Fastback for this one. If you got any games you're you're looking forward to in 2021 and beyond, my friend.
One of them is Ascent that we've seen.
Nice. Good stuff.
Cyberpunk, kind of asymmetrical world, kind of like Wasteland 3, I guess, in a way.
Definitely looks cool. Check out the last, was it the show before last, or the last Indie Games podcast if you want to find out about what we thought about that. Shameless plug.
Sable.
Yes, nice.
That.
That looks cool, that game. Definitely.
There was that one, the lake, was it called The Lake?
Yep, The Lake,
a delivery person?
Yep, definitely. Yep. It's quite a sort of like chilled sort of game, isn't it? Yeah. Definitely. FedEx Simulator.
And of course, 12 Minutes. It's definitely up there.
Gotta be done, yeah. Nice.
Right now, kind of.
You can pass it on and come back to if you like.
That one that I've talked about in the past, Paradise. The one where the kid comes across an old bunker the Nazis had. It's Paradise something.
Paradise Lost.
Yes.
Good stuff. Yeah, that looks good.
The other one, the musical one that I saw at PAX South. You know how the one where you're playing music?
Oh yeah, The Artful Escape.
Yeah. I mean, that's been shown many times, and I've been, it, it's different when you see it in a trailer, but I got to see it up person and play it. Yeah, that's gonna be a beautiful game all around. Just to look, especially the music, the sound. I can't wait.
Definitely looks really great. I'm really looking forward to that game myself. Yeah, it's another Annapurna game. Like 12 minutes is Annapurna as well. And they've also got Last Stop on the way. Actually, this is one way of just quickly sliding in. Annapurna have announced that 12 minutes, Last Stop and The Artful Escape have all been delayed till next year, which you probably knew about, guys. But it's been delayed, and they say that the production of those 3 games are into the polishing stages. Excuse my chewing on a I don't know what, but yeah, they're basically into the polishing stages, so that could be early 2021 for those 3 games, which is pretty damn sweet. But the delay has happened and it says 2021, so just thought I'd throw that in there quickly as I wrote that down. But yeah, sorry, carry on, my friend, if you have any more.
That's it for now.
Nice. You can always come back to you if you think of any more.
Yeah.
Definitely. So, Coop, brother, what have you got for us? What are you looking forward to the most, my friend?
Yeah, a lot of the same. Little Nightmares 2.
Oh, yeah, there. Nice. Looks really good.
And there's also there's a sequel to Origami, that little stealth game. I don't know
if you ever
played that.
Yeah. I know the game you mean. I never played it.
It's a good one.
Nice.
Skatebird.
Oh, yeah.
Man, can't forget Skatebird. Skate Story.
Yeah.
We haven't heard an
good
update
shout.
on that one for a while.
Yeah, looks good.
Excited for that game. Looks awesome.
We covered that one as well, didn't
obviously.
we? We covered that a few episodes back. The Skate Story,
yeah. Most of these we have. Elysia, that one from Devolver that we've covered.
Yeah, Elysia.
Before.
Yeah, it looks cool. They had an update recently, I think, didn't they? Did you see that by any chance? I think they had a new trailer.
I didn't.
A new trailer, I think.
Nice.
But yeah, just in case you're wondering, guys, I've put some gameplay on. What you're watching at the moment is Blood Roots. In case you're interested in checking out, it's bloody fun. No pun intended.
Fast paced, that's for sure.
Watching it.
Yeah, it's quite fast paced. I mean, you play through. This is like I'm replaying through now this level, and that's where the fun comes in because of the combos. You can see the combo meter at the top. Like when you play it through first time, you die quite often. Well, I do anyway. And then you get the hang of the sort of route of these kind of like there's puzzle action essentially again, a bit like Katana Zero or something like that. So once you get used to the route, that's where the real fun comes in because you can like really. Get stuck into it and like take them down in a combination like really fast paced. It's so fun though, this game. It's definite must pick up in my opinion. Blood Roots, check it out, guys. Yeah, sorry, Coop, bro. Just thought I'd let everyone know that.
I'm trying to think what else that we haven't talked about. Oh, another sequel, Axiom Verge. They're doing another Axiom Verge next year.
Good shout that is.
I don't think they've given a date. It's sort of another one.
Yeah,
decided.
I think it was intentionally vague when I saw an interview with him. I think it was intentionally vague for a good reason. Obviously, he wants to take his time.
Yeah,
it's just the one guy, isn't it? Who does it?
I think so.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Pretty amazing, beautiful game.
Good stuff. That's a good shout.
I'll throw Lone Echo in there too. Lone Echo 2 because that's indie.
Lone Echo.
Self-published. So
I don't think I know this one.
It's a VR game.
Oh, okay, that's why. Good stuff, though. I like that.
Amazing. Yeah. It got delayed. It was supposed to come out. It's another one that was supposed to come out this year. It got delayed. Oh, and then Signy. I saw this trailer the other day. This new shoot 'em up that's supposed to hit. Again, I think it was supposed to be later this year. Now it got pushed to next year. But it's like really, really. If you're into shoot 'em ups, this one's got kind of those. Bullet hell sort of shoot 'em up but it's just the graphics look just incredible and got some amazing cut scenes and
nice.
Yeah, looks like a really, really cool shoot 'em up. So yeah,
sweet. Fastback's in the sim bin at the moment. For lack of a better term, he's forgotten Tunic.
I'm an old school gamer. I need people to help me remember stuff. Yeah.
That's why I was put you up first.
Yeah, I can't believe I forgot that one because I played that one too.
Yeah.
That was great.
Oh, you have, haven't you? Yeah, definitely. Yeah, Tunic's one that
I'm
a
trying
lot.
to think of the other one that was showed around the same time as Artful Escape. Was it Night City or Night? It was kind of like a cyberpunk type world.
Not
2D.
Oh, Cloudpunk? No, that's already out.
No. It was Night something.
Night something. No,
Somebody
it
in
wasn't.
the chat or somebody
Not
might have
an, not Anno
it.
not Anno Mutation, no Mutatonium or something like that. Do you know the one I mean?
No.
No.
There's also that in that list, because I was checking out that list of the Game Awards games. There's one in there called Heavenly Bodies.
I've heard of that. I don't know what game that is. I've heard of it though. What is that?
Check that out.
What style of game
really
is?
Wild.
Really?
Yeah.
Nice.
I might that one almost. I might even have to try the demo on that one because it looked. And I don't think they've released a date yet, but there's going to be a demo during the Game Awards event. So
Nice.
that one looks pretty cool.
Sounds
The
good.
zero
Yeah.
grab,
Demo for
zero
demo
gravity.
for Coop. That means you must like it.
I know. That's a rare occurrence, man.
Yeah. That is wicked. I just want to quickly read out some from the chat if that's all right, guys. So, The Living Flame says Tunic, The Medium, Scorn, and Bright Memory Infinite. And he's got his sticking his tongue out, or she, sorry, I'm not sure. But great picks there, my friend. That is fantastic. Yeah, so and Removable Sanity is still pining for the if that's the right word or not, but he's still loving the cylinder. I remember we talked about that a long way back. I think that might have been the very first trial indie games podcast that we did. So yeah,
Soul saved me.
it's about time we get Removable Sanity back on the show sometime. We have to make that happen. So yeah, so who else have we got? So anyone else got any others in here? Just let me know, guys, in the chat what your most anticipated indie games. I'll be sure to read you out and shout you out. Thanks so much everyone who's still here. And any more from you, Coop? Have you got any more on your list of wonders? Oh, we've got the Messenger gameplay now, by the way, guys. I should really write it underneath the game, but
That's
cool. That's you good for now. If you think of any more, just let us know. So Assassin Looper, have you got your eye on any games that are coming out? Any indie games that you've been looking forward to?
Yes, 12 minutes.
Nice.
Little Nightmares 2.
Oh, good choices. Yes,
Yeah.
lovely. Little Nightmares 2 does look really good.
You lot, obviously, but
No problem. That's fine.
yeah, those two in particular. But I'm really looking forward to Fable,
Yep.
Medium,
Nice.
and Harry Potter game.
Okay, lovely. Good stuff. No, nice picks there. So you quite like your sort of fantasy-ish or adventure-ish games there. That's nice. That is fantastic. Yeah, 12 minutes is a popular one, it seems, and a lot of people are looking forward to that game, which is awesome. It does look fantastic. They are, like I say, in the final stages, I believe, but don't, take that for gospel because, they will take as long as they need. But, the Annapurna did say they are in the polishing stages. They may have regretted saying that. But yeah, so looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to Artful Escape, 12 minutes, and Last Stop, which is a cool interwoven narrative game, takes place in London, which is really cool. I don't know if you remember that one, guys. It was on the Idea Xbox Reel, but that's, like I say, Annapurna as well. But yeah, obviously for me, as some of you will guess and know, is my favourite is my most anticipated upcoming indie game is Hollow Knight Silksong. Who guessed it, I wonder?
Right.
So I cannot wait for that game, but there's still they haven't even specified a year yet. A lot of people thought Hollow Knight Silksong was coming out this year, and they were waiting for it all of this year, checking out I think where it will get announced is on a Nintendo Indie World sort of direct kind of thing, possibly. They did show quite a lot of gameplay at E3 2 years back, where they actually took it for a spin, and it was looking amazing. So yeah, it does feel like they're quite far on. So hopefully they're in the final stretch, and hopefully 2021 is the year that Silksong comes out, because that'll be my Cyberpunk, essentially, guys.
Yeah.
So like you guys are probably going to get consumed by Cyberpunk, mine will be Hollow Knight Silksong when that happens. So yeah, and yeah, great shout there, Living Flame. Hollow Knight was amazing indeed. I love you for saying that. Cool. Yeah.
Earlier, Punk Soul, he saved me. He said, the last night. That was the game.
The last night. Yeah. Oh, sorry. Yeah, thinking of that one. I don't know why I didn't think of. What was your description again? Maybe that put me off. I don't know. I'll blame you.
No, I said night, but I couldn't remember.
Oh, right, because you said night
How
first,
that was-
so my brain's not clever enough to think of it. The last night is actually on my little list, which I wrote. I'll just check my list now. What have I got here? Okay, so obviously we have to shout out Song of Iron, guys, because, you know...
Yes, Song of Iron, I'm sorry.
That is a game which I'm super looking forward to, and you know, it's going to be awesome. There's a lot of buzz for that game, it seems, in the community. I've enjoyed getting to know the developer really well, actually, and he even calls me buddy and my friend and all that good stuff. So I'm absolutely overwhelmed that he sees me as a friend like that. So yeah, no, we've got on good terms now. So you know, it's been a pleasure getting to know a developer like that, and you know, seeing behind the scenes a little bit. But yeah, so Song of Iron, definitely looking forward to that game. And another game I definitely want to shout is Anu the Distant Light, ANEW the Distant Light. I shout that one out a lot. One day we will do an indie spotlight on that game because it's deserved of it, and it's a cool Metroidvania game, sort of like the style of Hollow Knight. It doesn't have enough attention at the moment. I don't think that many people know about that game. It's being made by ex AAA devs who went indie, another one of those situations. Again, you know, like that's what happened with Song of Iron and many others, and the Ascent are the same of that. But it's only a small team with it's a small team on Anu the Distant Light of, I think it's 2 people making that game, but it looks phenomenal. I did do a stream of that a while back. So if you were catching the channel and the streams, excuse me, yeah, you will probably have seen that on the channel. But like I say, I think it'd be cool to do a bit of a feature on that sometime because it deserves more. And again, another thing I'd like to do more is get more developers on the show to chat to about their indie games and stuff like that. So that's something for the future, but I keep digressing, but that's my usual style, as you know. So yeah, a couple more just quickly. So Unbound Worlds Apart is another Metroidvania game. It looks really cool, colourful, and some cool mechanics. You know, I think people like who enjoy Ori and stuff like that would enjoy that game for sure. Last Night is on my list, even though I didn't think of it when Fastback said. Another game, Cyber Shadow. Any of you guys heard of Cyber Shadow? Any chance? No. So if you like, think of The Messenger, but it's very similar to that, really, a ninja game. It's being made by what's the name of the people who make Shovel Knight, the publisher who make that game? What's their name? Coop must know. Shovel Knight. What they? Come on. What is it?
Google.
Yes, Google. I should have. I thought you were my Google. Let's go one.
Yacht Club.
That's the one.
Developer.
They're publishing Cyber Shadow, but it's a solo developer, so they're just doing the publishing duties Yacht Club are, and Cyber Shadow. So it's a cool ninja game, basic Ninja Gaiden essentially, but you know, a new take on it. So yeah, looking really good, and yeah, it's gonna a couple more. Obviously, we've got Super Meat Boy Forever coming out, potentially supposed to be next year. I've got The Ascent on mine, and I've got Greek Memories of Azure, and I think Fastback knows that game because he played it at PAX.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's looking good. I've seen a new, I've been following them, and they've got some cool little new areas that they've been showing off, which look good. So yeah, it's looking good. I will stop it there, but you know, that's fair list, I suppose, of decent games which I'm looking forward to. There's probably more on my wish list around the internet, but yeah, I think that's good. Have you got any more you wanted to add in, guys, before we sort of wrap things up?
They're doing a Braid.
Yeah,
enhanced,
good shout.
I never did finish that game, so I'd love to go back and
I'm gonna get that.
check that enhanced.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna get that. It's what are they calling it, like Ultimate Edition or something, isn't it, or something like that? Yeah, that's coming out. I think that's coming out early next year, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah,
on the Switch, that's also very good.
sorry, what was that one again? Sorry.
Trine.
Trying. Oh, nice. Yep. Yeah, that's a cool game. I've not checked out actually. Yeah, it's got co-op in it, hasn't it? If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, you're playing co-op, or you can switch from the wizard to the warrior.
Yeah, nice.
And,
Which one was it? The first one you played, or?
I played all four.
All four. Nice. And you recommend picking that up then?
Yeah, I do. I think you'd like it.
Good stuff, because I have thought about it a few times. It's been sort of on sale and I'm like, I'm going to get it, and I just don't, if you know what I mean. Like, but I almost do. Yeah, it does look good.
It is a very intriguing game, and I've enjoyed playing it.
Good
I know it's on
stuff.
Switch, but you know, some good games are on.
Yeah,
Switch.
I think you can get it on. I think you can get it on all platforms. Actually.
Can, but I got it on the Switch.
Oh, you got it on the
time.
Switch, right? I see.
For all four.
Yeah, fair enough. No, good shout. That's good to know, because good to know a recommendation on that, because that was one I was wondering about if picking it up. But yeah, good stuff. Which one would you say is the best one? They usually do the collection, don't they, in one? But would you say one that stands out?
And then the other three were in a package deal.
Okay.
I think they're all pretty much the same.
Yeah. Okay.
Obviously, the same premise.
Yeah.
But the story's pretty good.
Nice.
I love puzzle games, so
Yep.
I enjoy the puzzly part of it.
Nice.
But yeah, the combat's quite good, and you can switch it around. So if you get bored of one, you can play another.
Sounds good.
To get through most of the puzzles.
I wonder if that game's done in a similar way to that new game that's gone into Game Pass. What's going on with my brain? It's going wrong now. What's it called? The one that's Journey to the West style game that's just gone into Game Pass. Last month it went in. Sorry.
A Western one.
It's like cartoonish art style. Looks a bit like Ori-ish kind of background and stuff. It's like. Did you say Western one then? Sorry. You've got four characters which you can change between, and I think it might have similar gameplay. I can't remember the name of it now. It's Unruly Heroes. There it is. It finally came out. So yeah, Unruly Heroes. I reckon you might enjoy that game, Looper, if you enjoy that sort of style. I think it's quite similar to. Yeah, Unruly Heroes. It's quite a nice game.
Because of the puzzles and it's like looks quite magical.
Nice.
And you can use the wizard, and you can use bow and arrow on another girl, and you've got a warrior, like a knight with a sword, and
nice.
You've got to switch between them. And then when you do the puzzles, you usually need to switch between all of them to complete the puzzles.
Sounds good. Yeah, I did like the sound of that for sure. I will definitely check that out. Thanks for the recommendation. Any games anyone wants to shout out, or anything you're looking forward to that you've thought of, guys, or you all good?
I think I'm good. That's a pretty, between all of us, that's a lot.
It's pretty good. Yeah, check out those games, guys. Yeah, but no, honestly, guys, just in general though, even if you don't buy games on Steam, wishlisting can help indie developers rise up in the algorithm. So if you do search them, it's just a good way to monitor and just sort of see what you're looking forward to and stuff like that for when I ask you what's your games you're looking forward to. So talking to everyone here, the chat, it helps indie developers rise up in the algorithms if you do wishlist their games, and keeps an eye on them for yourself. So highly recommend doing that, because it's in so many games on Steam. There's a lot of competition out there. So but yeah, otherwise, I think we are all good, and I think we finally got to the end of the episode. Sorry it was a bit of a all over the shop kind of ordeal today. I had a ton of fun, but once it settled down and the stream actually worked, and everything finally flicked into place a little bit, but I feel like it's still a little bit wobbly. But you guys kept it going good and everything, and it was a ton of fun hanging with you guys and chatting some indie games. So yeah, thank you for being a part of it.
Yeah, no, it was great. I'm glad Assassin Lupa joined us today, and definitely Cybernox. So.
Definite. Yeah, it's been awesome, guys. Yeah, and thank you so much to the chat, all of you guys. You know, you're still here chilling with us, checking out the indie games, and you know, that means the world. At the end of the day, this channel is you know, not about me or anything like that. It's not about one thing. It's about one thing, and that's indie games as a whole. That's, you know, the most important thing, that I'm trying to spread the message, you know, with Coop and Fastback, and just get that, you know, indie sort of love out there, and you know, for people to enjoy more games. Really, that's what it's all about, because indie developers, you do a admirable thing, you know, doing it solo so they can have creative freedom, and it's, you know, it must be tough for them, because like, you know, they sometimes put their life on the line essentially to make a game, for our enjoyment. Obviously they want to make a bit of money as well in the business, what the thing they love, but at the end of the day it's a tough thing to do, and it's a brave thing to do, to go independent. So supporting indie developers, in my opinion, is definitely an awesome thing to do. So yeah, do be sure to follow some on Steam, like, or your chosen, you know, platform wish list and all that good stuff. Obviously then checking out the games is even more important, but you know, yeah, I love talking indie games with you guys. I love hearing about what games are you checking out as well. Yeah, definitely hit me up on Twitter and all that good stuff, and you know, chat some indie games together. But once again, I just want to thank the panel, and firstly thank Assassin Looper for being on today. You've been awesome. You know, I've had some great chats with you recently, and I know you love your games. You're a hardcore gamer, in my opinion. That's no doubt about that. And I think you've been awesome today, and it's been, you know, fun hanging with you. So thank you very much for coming on, Looper. If you would like to share where people can find you, you're very welcome.
Well, thank you very much. It's been enjoyable. You can catch me at Assassin Looper on Twitter, or join me in a game on Party Live on Xbox. We have some great times on there. And I'm also a panel member of Retro Renegades, if you'd like to catch us there. And
yes,
a new podcast coming out on Saturday the 12th at English time 11 p.m. 6 p.m. Eastern. It's God's Geek's new podcast called Extraordinary, which obviously most people should understand.
I know why that is. Yeah, because you said that, didn't you? That was the line you said, wasn't it? Or was that the?
I said quite
you said a few, didn't you? Yeah, I was going to say you were like the top dog, weren't you? You know, the best line of the whole thing, you were, weren't you? If you guys don't know what we're talking about, yeah, if you guys don't know what we're talking about, is maybe Looper, you'd like to explain what we're talking about if you don't know what we're talking about for everyone.
He's a small YouTube channel, but he's growing, and he decided to he used to be in movie making, I believe, of some sort, in making movies, and he decided to do some trailers, and he put out Rebirth, and it done really, really well. And then he put out Destroyed, what was it called? The second one anyway, didn't do so well.
Sure.
And he decided to make a trilogy of it because everybody was asking him to.
Yep.
And he included members of the community, myself, Megorium, Fugly, and Fun Speculation Mav, and himself. Then we got Dealer and the Grounded Gamer to come in too, and we all said our bits in the trailer, and the trailer was the last thing shown on the Xbox launch party.
That's it. Yep.
Yeah.
I thought it was amazing as well.
Cool. Yeah.
Definitely. It should hit most gamers in the heart.
Yeah, it definitely did that. It gave me the old chills on the the back of the neck, and the old kind of vibe. Definitely, it was pretty emotional. It was impactful. That was really good.
It did the job, and I did an amazing job, and he's an amazing guy.
Good stuff. No, that's great. So he's starting his new podcast soon.
12th of December.
Nice.
Saturday is, and it's 6 p.m. Eastern, 11 p.m. UK.
Brilliant. That is fantastic.
Oh, there's going to be 4 panel members.
Okay.
A week, but we will swap around.
Okay, cool, nice. So you're going to be on that on the. Brilliant.
Yeah,
that's wicked.
It's all of us that are involved in the trailer are going to be
nice
on the podcast.
Okay, so that's sweet, lovely. That's fantastic. Good lineup of people then, and that sounds like a great show.
Just wanted you to know. Sorry.
No, that's fantastic. No, it sounds good. I'm glad to hear you're getting out there and, you know, getting on more, on, you know, more and more shows, because, you know, you're awesome, and you know, lots of people want to hear what you've got to say, and you always bring something good. So yeah, it's been great to get to know you. I know we haven't known each other that long, but for, you know, it's always a memorable chat after I chat to you and stuff, and you know, your passion for gaming really shines through. So yeah, thanks again for being a part of this show today. It was dead fun.
Thank you very, very much.
Pleasure. Good stuff. And yeah, Coop Bro, obviously always a pleasure, my man. You know, chatting indie games with you is definitely one of my favorite things to do, and obviously Fastback on the regular. This is a good chance to explain quickly before I pass it over to you, Coop. This Fastback and Coop obviously are the regular crew on the Indie Games podcast, which was once a month. I don't think I did mention this at the start of this. I did it on the first one when it went wrong. So yeah, the new format of this show now, guys, is going to be the first and third Saturday of every month. So yeah, we're up in the ante. We're bringing a bit more indie goodness into your life, hopefully. And yeah, like I say, it'll be 8 p.m. UK, first Saturday and third Saturday of every month. The first Saturday of the month, we're going to have the crew of me, Fastback and Coop, which is today's crew with 2 guests. And on the third Saturday of the month, we're going to have myself, and we're going to bring in VJ, as many of you guys will know in the community, as a guy who has an amazing intelligence and always brings great takes to podcasts. And we're also bringing in Puxley from Green Pass Gaming, another guy who I absolutely love his takes and his passion for gaming in general, and he's got a really good indie knowledge as well, Puxley. And I think that with us as a unit, as a 5, bringing that together, I think we're going to be, you know, hopefully we're going to be flourishing, essentially. You know the word. Hopefully, anyway. You know, that's the idea, guys. But the idea essentially is to bring, you know, positivity to the community about indie games. So I think we've got a good 5 of us to carry on with that, and like people like Loop are coming on as guests, and other people will be coming on in the future, so we'll have 2 guests each time. So yeah, looking forward to all the future holds, and thanks all for the support. And yeah, now thank you very much, Coop, for being a part of that setup, bro. Where can they find you, brother?
Well, first off, I got to shout out Mr. UK Dazarus there in chat, because you know, it's amazing that we could entertain him while he's bashing one out in the bathtub.
Careful where that floats does.
Daughter's using his daughter's scope.
Yeah.
Oh dear. Stodgy.
Now he smells like strawberries.
Yep.
Brilliant.
Yeah. And yeah, you can find me on Twitter. You can find me on Xbox, PlayStation, PC. Heck, I even got a Switch. I haven't turned it on for ages, but I got one, so I don't know what the code is, but if you want to DM me, I'll give it to you.
It's a very long code.
Anyway, yeah, stoked to be great show. Stoked to meet you, Lupa. You know, it was fun hanging out with Cybernox. You guys, you know, you and Fast, always indie. You guys are awesome. Love being here. Great show.
Thanks,
chat,
bro.
Man, chat was just popping. You guys are great. Yeah, what a great way to spend Saturday, just talking indie games with you guys, man. Always enjoy it.
Awesome, bro. That's fantastic. I really appreciate those kind words, buddy. Thank you. And I'm starting to use your word more and more, as I said on Twitter. Stoked. I've got to integrate that a bit more into my spoken word. It's coming out in my written word a bit more, but it's got to get into the spoken word. It's a good word. I just don't feel like I'm cool enough for it, though.
Oh yeah, y'all. Word's not cool enough for you.
That word's not cool enough for you. I love it, brother. That's awesome. Brilliant. It's been a lot of fun, guys. It was definitely a tough start to the show, but we've pulled through. We got to the other end, and hopefully the settings are all sorted now for next time. Let's just say, yeah. I just want to finally quickly say, obviously, like I said, we've got the twice monthly now for the Indie Games podcast. Super excited to be doing that, guys. But obviously as well, I just wanted to mention the other show, which we're going to be doing in 2 weeks' time, which is actually going to be a special, essentially. So we're going to have both the shows combined. So we're going to have Fastback, Coop, and also VJ and Puxley, and we're going to have some guests as well. So this is kind of like a fun celebratory sort of style end of year show, essentially, on the 19th of December, where we're going to do like an Indie Games Awards, and we're going to sort of like pick out our best indie games from multiple different categories. We're actually doing voting on that at the moment, and we're going to break it all down and all that good stuff. There's going to be a community game of the year as well, a community indie game of the year, and that's going to be voted on Twitter. So look out for that in the next few days, as I'll put up a poll with a post with a poll. What am I saying? I'll put up a poll, and then you'll be able to vote, and basically your best indie game. Actually, I won't put up a poll. What I'll do is I'll say comment below what your favorite indie game is, and then I'll end up doing a count up, because otherwise it will be limited to a certain one. So you can choose any indie game from the year, and we'll do a count up. It'll be awesome to get as many sort of votes on that as possible, and hear from the whole community's sort of indie game of the year. That'll be really fun. But that'll be up on Twitter soon. But then that show will be going live on the 19th of December. So keep an eye out for that one. It should be a lot of fun. We're going to do a bit of a giveaway action as well. So there'll be a prize for like the winner of the quiz. I think the quiz is going to be a lot of laughs. There will be some easier questions, and I'll throw in some trickier ones as well. So don't worry if you don't feel like you know too much about indie games, but I'm sure actually a lot of you guys know a ton about indie games. So it'll be good to do that stuff. And I will stop talking now, because I know you guys want to get away and probably get to some gaming and stuff like that. But I just want to say thank you so much one more time to all of the chat. Quick shout out to Fastback, Jamie Richardson. Fastback's in the show. What am I saying? Fastback, Jamie Richardson. Sorry, Jamie Richardson. Thank you, my friend. You've literally been here the whole time, Jamie. Thank you so much. Your support is really, really awesome on this channel, my friend. Removable Sanity, awesome to see you dropping at the end, my friend. Thank you so much. And Better Man, thanks for popping by at the end, brother. UK Dazarus has to get a shout out for being the man who watches from the bath. No, it's always great to see you in the Daz. Thank you so much.
Washing his bum,
Pong Soul in the house, one of the great community members who's always so positive. Thank you so much for coming by, buddy. And The Living Flame, and Stubbs Gaming, shout out, brother. And Jago Kukin. And literally everyone else has popped by today. You are all fantastic. Thank you so much, guys. And I think we're going to leave it there, and I just want to wish you a good rest of your weekend.
We'll let Fastback have his outro.
Did I not do Fastback? Oh, cheers for saying. Did I not say Fastback?
Oh yeah.
Did I not do you, brother? Thank you so much for stopping me. Wow. I feel terrible. I feel terrible.
Got another crew you're gonna have
Fastback, brother. Oh my god. I feel terrible. Honestly, bro. Firstly, so sorry, my friend. Secondly, thank you.
Great show. I always love doing this every month, and I look forward to seeing what you're gonna do with Puxley and VJ.
Yeah.
Great, another perspective in the gaming about indie games. So look forward to that. You can find me on Xbox, not on PlayStation at the moment. With Fastback6768, same thing on Twitter. You can catch me on the Next Level Gaming every Thursday on YouTube at 9 p.m. Eastern, and of course here. Once a month, or possibly more than that. So
brilliant stuff, bro. I'm so sorry I forgot you. Definitely check out the NLG gaming channel. You're up, bro. Definitely check out NLG. They're a fantastic, positive group of gamers who have a lot of knowledge, and always a pleasure to hang with those guys. Again, sorry, but I just want to say thank you so much for being a part of this, bro. Like I say, as I said with Coop, you guys like brothers to me, so being able to do a podcast which is about something I love, as well as it doing it with awesome guys like you. It means everything. So thank you very much, my friend. Have I made it up now? Good stuff. Cool. Okay, so yeah, let's get out the door now. This time hopefully everyone's done. One more quick shout out to Cybernox. Thank you very much for being on earlier, brother. You brought some awesome takes, and everyone's links are in the description below. Feel free to hit those up, and definitely give Cybernox a subscribe on his channel. He's a great guy, deserves a lot more subscribers. He really does. He's really positive, very knowledgeable, and yeah, fantastic guy, like I would say for all of you guys who've been on the show today. But thank you very much once again, everyone who checked out the show, if you're watching live or if you're watching it afterwards. Have a great rest of your weekend. Enjoy some indie games, wink wink. But otherwise, guys, I will catch you on the next one. Like I say, next show 19th of December, and hopefully I'll see you there. Cheers again, guys. Catch you later.
Thanks for coming.
Cheers, guys.
Later, everybody.